In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. On the internet, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the A-Team. Dun, dun.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? You better be careful. You're going to mess around and have us mentioning that damn P. Diddy lawsuit. You know they love to use
Ain't no
that.
Telling. Ain't no telling. Shoot. Well, somebody got to do it.
Let me turn this light on.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And just so y'all know, in case something go wrong with my connection, because my internet be acting crazy, I might have to switch to my cell phone, but Marcellus will still be here rocking and rolling.
All right.
So, let's do this, man.
He say y'all choosing violence right off.
Oh
yeah, well, you know.
All the time, from sea to shining sea.
Listen here, Tanisha. We're doing our very best. Is that my cousin Tanisha? I don't even know. I can't see. But anyway, hello everybody. Thank y'all for joining us on today. Y'all know how we get started here. Let me shout out some people that's in the chat. Ava Collier, our tried and true. We love you to death. Patsy Brown, we love you. Hey, Angela Smith. Good evening to you, Angela. Monique LaShawn. Hey, what's up? The one and only Christine Parks. Tanika, the plus size doll. Hey, you. Let's see who else we got here. Yeah. Let me go down. Ebony Woods. Hey, Ebony, with your beautiful self. Let me see here. Of course, Tanisha Moore, Nurse D. Yeah, and that is my cousin. I thought so. I didn't know. I'm trying to, hey, I'm getting older, this social media stuff. But Daryl, let's start with you. What's up with you before we get into all this stuff? Now, I know you had some stuff going on later, and I meant to call you before we do this live, so I'm not going to put you on the spot right now.
Mhm.
So we'll talk out after this stuff is over, because I don't think if I
Okay.
do go do some work tonight, I might work a little bit later. But anyway,
Yeah.
how you doing, brother?
I just I'm all right. I just got off the road driving. I'm gonna go after the show, drive a little bit more.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and it's so much going on. I'm just glad my name is more, not Combs.
Yeah, I know that's a whole lot to deal with. It's a whole lot to deal with. Let
Yeah.
me because I'm pulling up the indictment now. Hold on, because I want to make sure that I have
Mhm.
it and I can read it. Because we got a lot to cover. Because y'all know, if y'all are unfamiliar with, when Daryl and I take on these cases, we we typically read through the whole document, and I need to tell y'all why we're doing this in a minute too. Y'all know Johnson and Johnson's baby oil is flying off the shelf. It's sold out in Jasper's Walmart. No joke. It's out of stock. I don't know whether to laugh or to move. Oh well, I think you might want to move, because if somebody is flying Johnson and Johnson off the shelf like that, based on this case, you might be in danger. What did Whoopi Goldberg say in that movie? Daryl, Molly, you in danger, girl. You in danger. Somebody gonna oil you up, Tanika Shannette, and rub you down. So you better, you
Mhm.
you better run.
Gonna wake up
Uh,
sore.
Goodness gracious alive. That is nuts. But just for my
That's
folks
crazy.
over here in the Mad Church Disease channel, let me do some quick announcements, because y'all know I got to get some stuff off my chest. First of all, I want to thank you for all of you who've been supporting the channel, who have subscribed to the channel in the last couple of days. Daryl, we're very close to our 14,000 mark with 14,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited. I need, for those of you that are over here on the Daryl Moore channel, you guys need to hit the subscribe button. Okay, hit the subscribe button right now. It's okay, won't nobody even know you subscribe, but us, we won't know. We the only ones who know. So if you in the bushes, you can fall out and hit the subscribe button, because you never know when Daryl and I are going to go live. So y'all need to be working on that. Okay. And we might, I don't know, it's a possibility we could hit 14,000 on this show, and we may not hit it until tomorrow or the next day. But I'm excited. I'm grateful for all of the support for that you guys have given to the Mad Church Disease channel. And I have so many things in store for you guys. So it's going to be awesome. In the next couple of days, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very personal matter. So I need for you guys to make sure that you turn your notifications on. Thank you, Christine, I appreciate that. So make sure y'all turn y'all notifications on, because we will be you never know when me and Daryl might pop up, and especially over the next couple of weeks,
Any
because
old time.
it's gonna
Any
be
old
on.
time, especially with people out here prophesying after the fact.
Yeah, that's crazy. Executive order. Thank you so much. I don't, what is it? Executive order 13818. I don't get that. Barbara Carter, you're going to need to explain that. I don't know what that is. Daryl, did you want to pull up
Let me look.
I've already got the indictment
I
up.
am.
Are you going to pull it up?
I
Put
have
it
it
up?
up. Which one are we going with? We're gonna go with the actual court
No, yeah,
docket, or we
yeah, we're going
going
to go
with
with the court documents. Now,
okay?
before we
Because
do
I
that,
got
did you
two
have
of
any
them.
announcements for your folks over here before we get into this?
Not at the moment, other than like he said, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And if you don't buy me a coffee, it's buy me a coffee / cigar vlogger Daryl Moore. So
All right. And
I'll be putting it up as we go.
yeah, I'll be sharing some information with you guys as well. But before we start this, just know, guys, tonight, we're not groundhogs, and we don't sit on YouTube every day. So when we come on live, we ask you guys to support the channel. You guys see the Cash App information on the bottom of the screen for Daryl as well as myself, and we would love
Mhm.
for you guys to support the channel. That will be very, very beneficial. Blow that up some more. Hit that button, Daryl, so we can see that a little bit
That
more.
one.
No, you see the button at the top of your screen that says 100%. Yeah, move the arrow back over. Move the arrow back over towards the plus sign at the top. Thank you. All right, there we go. We're going to read through this, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why we're reading through this, just so y'all know, I am a really big believer in you're innocent until proven guilty, right? So I know when I talk to Daryl and these folks off the scene, Daryl is like his goose is cooked. He's done. He's done. Everybody's saying that Diddy's done. But before we read this, I want to let you guys know too. He had a court win today. I didn't even know this, Daryl. Did you know that there was another man suing him for $100 million? Did you
Oh,
know
it was a
that?
guy, a record exec.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
me
know
read.
about that lawsuit.
Yeah, let me read this to you guys. Actually, the judge threw it out today. Let me read you. It
Mhm.
says Sean Diddy Combs is seemingly having a roller coaster week. We are 3 days into his FBI arrest arrangement on racketeering and sex trafficking charges, and being remanded into custody. Now, on the same day, a judge denied his appeal for bail. So I guess his appeal for bail has been denied. I didn't even know that until I read this. A separate legal win has slipped through. Diddy has won an appeal against a $100 million default judgment for sexual assault lawsuit filed by a Michigan inmate named Derek Lee. So this guy was in jail filing the lawsuit against Diddy for
Mhm.
$100 million. Now, why did he file
Mhm.
the $100 million? Listen at this. On September the 9th, Judge Anna Marie Anazone ruled in favor of Derek in a civil lawsuit alleging a 1997 sexual assault. Smith claimed that he met Diddy at a Detroit restaurant and that the music mogul touched his left buttock while he was having sexual intercourse with a woman. So I guess him and Diddy was having another one of those freak offs, and Diddy reached over and touched his behind allegedly, and so he sued Diddy for $100 million. And he said he was having sexual intercourse. Additionally, Smith claimed that Combs implied that he had sexual intercourse with him while Derek was unconscious. So this is just one of those frivolous lawsuits that I knew was going to start as soon as Diddy got caught with his pants down when it came to that other young lady. So the judge has reversed the decision on that one. Okay. So that one
Mhm.
has been reversed. And now let's get into the main indictment. Now, Daryl, you got to do that thing that we like you to do when the United States versus you. So I'm ready to hear it.
From sea to shining sea. When the United States government, when you look on a document, ladies and gentlemen, it says United States of America versus your ass. That's when your
Yeah.
butt cheeks need to get tight because you about to pull diamonds out that sucker. Because that means they're gonna use every ounce of money they got in the bank in Fort Knox and everywhere else to put your black ass in jail.
And we've been laughing at Daryl for days when Daryl says that. When he talks about, he says it's from sea to shining sea coming after you. So that is hilarious. That's really funny.
And some of the U.S. territories, like Puerto Rico.
All right, Daryl. So you know how we do. So at the top here it goes, and I guess I'll go first. United States of America versus Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love. He is the defendant. All right, let's scroll up a little bit here and let's take a look at this. It says, now this, keep in mind, you guys, this is the United States government writing this. Okay. So understand, this is the United
Mm-hmm.
States writing this. It says, for decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Um, Now, first of all, when they write this stuff, Daryl, it irritates my soul because although I know abusing people is a crime, and fulfilling your sexual desires is not a crime, trying to protect your reputation is not a crime, and but the only two things that I could say in this first part of the sentence is concealing your conduct, and the things that you do to conceal your conduct could be a crime, and also abusing of women could be a crime. Those two things in this first sentence are a crime, but some of this stuff they always mention in this stuff to bolster their cases always annoy me. And because you and I have read some other legal documents where some other people have written some stuff in there, and it's just been foolishness. um
Mm-hmm.
it
I
says
want,
to go ahead.
before you go, I want you to pay attention to that first sentence that said, coerce women and others.
And others, that is correct,
That is
around him.
me. ladies and gentlemen, that is men
Or it could be men.
and others. Because if you're a woman, you got to be the other.
Yeah, but
Ain't no
we
in
live
between.
no, but we live in a different society. It could be one of these it could be all kinds of people, the transgender, because they use different, don't they have different, what do they call it? Adjectives,
Pronouns,
nouns?
past participles, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
like this here. You can be trans, whatever, but you still either got a penis or a vagina. Now, you trans woman, that means you a man dressing up like a woman because you want to be a woman. You identify as a woman. Vice versa. You're a woman identified as a man.
That's the word
So
I was looking for, pronouns. They have different
pronoun,
pronouns today, sir.
he, she, them, I, E,
Okay, so
F
let's go.
after C.
All right, hey, it is what it is. It says to do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating. Now, see, this is the part that gets me. Creating a criminal enterprise. So they're saying that
Mhm.
so they're saying that his business in itself became a criminal enterprise. And
Yes, sir.
this is when the United States government, I tell you something else, whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes. Here we go. Now listen, it says they engaged in and attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor,
Mhm.
forced labor,
Mhm.
kidnapping, arson. Did you arson? So somebody done
Yeah.
burn up
He
something.
no, he blew up a rapper's car that was dating one of his exes.
Okay, so we got arson, we got
Mhm.
bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Mhm.
Okay, interesting. I'm not reading all this AKA stuff because we know who we talking about.
Mhm.
Sean Combs, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, and Combs Global, collectively the Combs business, corporate entities, and I don't know who's texting me right now. And Combs' business included, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, an apparel line, an alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. Good God, this boy had everything in his disposal.
And threw it away.
Lord have mercy. Wow. At times, relevant to his indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. The abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As a part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual
Mhm.
activity with male commercial sex workers. My God, from Zion. Hiba
Mhm.
Sandaboko. Wait a
I
minute
gotta
now.
send you the link to one of those sex workers. It was a white dude. Him and his brother used to be at these parties. They were sex workers.
My God, from Zion. I am on pause. You know I'm in the church. I just read this little paragraph and this done put me on pause. I am
Oh,
stuck. Wait a minute. Let me go back. You know I'm a church boy. This done froze me. I'm sorry. Give me a second. As a part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women into participating in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. My God, from Zion. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. I didn't. Is that a crime?
taking somebody across state lines for prostitution is a crime. Look up the Mann Act. That's how they busted Jack Johnson years ago. Well, he brought white women across state lines.
Okay, well,
But
wait a
if you're
minute.
a pimp,
But
basically they saying he's a pimp by
okay,
default,
okay,
and he was
okay,
taking people
okay.
across state lines for sex,
Now,
forcing them into sex acts.
okay, but Daryl, this is where I'm sorry, y'all. I may be a little slow when it comes to this kind of stuff, so forgive me. So, Daryl, let's say you meet a woman
Mm-hmm.
in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to fly her to Ohio to have sex. So if
Yes.
you tell her, hey, if you come and kick it with me, you make an arrangement with her and you break her off a little something, you pay for the trip, hotel, whatever. Is that a crime?
No, that's not what he did. That's not what he did. Now, if you just flying somebody in because you like them, they like you, and you do boom, boom, boom. But if you get them under the influence of drugs and alcohol, beat them, coerce them, threaten them, and then pay them to perform sex acts while you watch and videotape it, that's not
Okay, because
that's not consensual.
this is gonna be my next question. So what happens if I pay you and I have another person that I've paid to have sex with you, that I break them off, but I fly you in to do it? Is that a crime?
Yeah, because you brought me in for the purpose of if the person that you bringing in consents ahead of time, or they got an NDA agreement, or whatever the case may be. But if you bring somebody in under the guise that you just like them and you want to spend the weekend with them, then when they get there, then you strong arm them and you make them perform sex act. No, you broke the law. But see, you notice he never took. See, none of this would even be an issue if Diddy had done all these freak offs in Vegas, because prostitution is legal in Vegas. The state of Nevada, you can be a prostitute. It's legal. Had he been in Nevada, we wouldn't even be having this issue right now.
Yeah, I got you. Yours truly, we ain't got there yet. We're gonna get there. Okay. Wow, this is something else. Okay. And here go Christine. Christine said, "What's a commercial sex worker?" I'm with you, Christine. What's a commercial sex worker, Daryl?
Uh, Basically, you disagree. You get like in the back old days and Craigslist and all that. Now they got high tech with, they got apps. You just somebody hired you for your services.
My
like,
God, from Zion.
Whatever your specialty is, if your specialty is oral sex and that's what they want, or they want to see you do it, that's what they pay you to do. Or like some people around here, paying under the disguise of being hiring a chef when really you just want a power bottom to get your rocks off.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, let me read this part. It says Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence.
And all that's where man came in.
Now, all I'm gonna tell you is I do remember back in the day when Danity Kane and the little white girl, I forget her name, that was a part of the Danity Kane situation. She used to come out and talk about Diddy back in the day, and everybody knew what was going on with that. So I'm really not surprised.
And they blackballed her. Remember? Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, now she ain't as crazy as they put her out to be. They kicked her out of the group. They did everything to her.
Yeah, her name was Aubrey. Yeah, I remember that. And then what about Dylon? Y'all remember Dylon?
Yep, him.
Yeah, so I mean this is gonna be very, very interesting. Number 4.
Wendy Williams warned us about Diddy years ago.
Yeah, well, everybody did, just like they did with R. Kelly. They warned everybody about R. Kelly for years, and everybody was sticking the key in the ignition, and they giving talking about beep beep, give me that toot toot. Yep. Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on 24s. And you gotta keep in mind, I do like R. Kelly music. That's how I know that. Yes, and wait a minute. And Diddy was over there talking about bad boy for life. Take this, take this. They give a whole new meaning to take this, don't it? Take this, take this, take this. Give a whole new meaning to that, don't it? Good golly, Miss Molly. This is horrible. Okay. Number 4, physical abuse by Sean Combs, aka the defendant was oh God, I hate when I can't see stuff. I got on my glasses. Was reoccurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at. Now, come on. We know this is Cassie they're talking about because that was seen in a video, and they can prove that.
That's not the only person he's alleged to have done that to.
Well, I know, but see, here's where you and I and the people are going to get real upset with me. This is where y'all going to get real mad at me. You can indict a ham sandwich, and you can almost put anybody in jail just based on previous behaviors and things that people have done, because you can word this stuff in such a way that if a jury is hearing this and people are hearing this because they have to make opening statements in their case, when you hear this kind of stuff and then you turn around, we've all seen that video. And that's another thing. If he's famous, I don't know how he's going to get a fair trial, especially in New York, because 9 times out of 10, most of those people in New York have seen that video. They have seen him kick that woman. They have seen him. That stuff was on CNN. So unless you was living under a rock.
Oh no, he ain't gonna get everybody know who he is. But the thing is, his chances with a jury are better in New York because he's from New York. And the jury pool that they're gonna pull from in New York, more than likely he's gonna get some black people on the jury. If he go to LA, shoot, he might get a jury pool from somewhere in LA County that might be way out in one of them suburbs. I'm just throwing it out there like a Simi Valley type place. We saw how that ended with the OJ trial.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, I don't think that if you get some black people on this jury, which of course, based upon my experience, I can simply tell you, if you well, I'm just saying yours truly, but let me just tell you, if he gets some black people on this jury, if he's lucky enough to do that, because let me tell you something, they throw the Negroes off of these cases real quick. Let me tell you, they throw the Negroes off real fast.
Yes, sir.
If they lucky to make it on this jury, let me just tell you, I don't see a bunch of black people sending P. Diddy to jail for the rest of his life. The star factor is most certainly going to come into play, and that's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
On one of his charges alone, he's facing 15 to life if he get convicted. Mandatory minimum of 15 years to life, and it goes up to life.
Right.
So, at his age, which he's my age.
Well, Lynn, they not gonna call you into the court case. People like you and me, as soon as they see us, when they see you with your church tambourine, they're gonna get rid of you real fast. They're gonna be saying she's going to be too kind and too partial, and they're gonna throw you right on off of there. Amen. Because you're gonna come in there talking about much Jesus bear the cross alone. and all the world go free. They gonna get rid of you. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me I done tickle myself. Wait a minute, let me read the rest of this. On numerous occasions from at least 2009, continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 16th, which was captured on video and later publicly reported. See, I knew they were going to bring up that video where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she attempted to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Well, first of all, if he attempted to bribe, that means he was not very successful. So he made an attempt. So
he actually paid for the footage. I think it was $50,000 or $60,000, but it still got out there.
Right. Combs violence, and that's why paying for stuff, whether you paying people to keep silent and to not talk about your PrEP medications or your HIV medications. Let me just tell you this right now. Paying people to be silent is never going to work anyway, because they're going to still come out here and it's still going to make people, be thinking about and realize what they're dealing with when it comes to you. Moving right along. Combs' violence was not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. 5. Sean Combs, the defendant, used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. The employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. Now, Daryl, here's where I'm going to ask another question. If you are a multi-millionaire,
yes,
and you're running a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, Who else is going to help you schedule your appointments with the hoes you're trying to see, except your executive secretary and your staff? Because you're not on the phone making these arrangements yourself because you're too busy trying to run your business. So who else except supervisors and the people that you done hire are gonna book your hotel rooms, are gonna set up your things, in order for you to live out whatever you're living out? Who else is gonna do that? Because you ain't gonna do it yourself.
No. Mm.
So, but
And
see,
once we read on further, you're gonna be like, ah.
but see, this is the part, and this is why we do this. But see, this is the part for me, you all, and you all forgive my ignorance on this kind of stuff. I just, when I see stuff like this, I think from a business perspective and as somebody who
Mm-hmm.
works hard.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to have some hoes, and I had a big business, my secretary is going to be scheduling them whole meetings. I'm not gonna be, calling up the hoe. I'm gonna tell her, I need you to call this number, tell this chick to meet me here. You call and set up make the appointment for the freaking hotel. I'm not doing all of that stuff. He has executive assistants, and so,
and that's why they worded it that way. The intermediaries, they set everything up for him.
okay,
For him.
okay.
But they haven't been indicted. So what does that tell you, sir?
Yeah, all right. But I'm in no way making excuses for Mr. Combs' behavior. I just know that our system of government is wicked, you all. This whole system, and we'll get into this later, but our system is not a system of justice. Just understand that. And whoever Sean Combs pissed off, shame on him, because he going down. I can just tell by the way this is worded, because they got it on video, and no jury in their right mind can look at the video and see what he's done. So I mean, and I'm sure they're going to play that video in court. Trust me, they mentioned that video here in this indictment, so they're going to play it in court. But anyway, from at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, and others known and unknown were members and associates of a criminal organization. But okay, well, if that's the case, why is he the only one charged?
Because everybody else that's mentioned as that the associates and members and associates, them people that flipped, they done took a plea deal. And he's gonna be surprised to come in court and testify against him.
Okay, all right.
I told you about that when that white kid got busted with them drugs in that mansion. He lawyered up the next day. He had a lawyer the next day, and it took a plea deal a week later. He played out.
But see, just like in that YSL case, you gonna offer Lil Woody immunity, and Little Woody done told you about he's a liar and he don't remember all the lies he tell. And then even in this case, here you go talking about he got some intermediaries, and you're gonna have these people come up here and testify against him, and it works to their benefit to do so. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like they're coming forward. I think, listen, for me as a juror, if I was sitting on the jury, and this is another part of our system that I don't like. Most of the time, unless your attorney comes out and makes you answer a question from the bench that you took a plea deal, most of the jurors never know that you took a plea deal. They don't even know that. So they look at you as testifying as somebody who was on the outskirts, when they're not understanding that the reason why you testifying the way that you testifying is because you done took a deal, because you was a participant or an intermediary, as you claim. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been dealing with an intermediary for the past 4 years.
Oh yeah, but yours is a gremlin, and if you pour water on him, he duplicates. But anyway, let's go on. And I mean, I'm dealing with all kinds of intermediaries, groundhogs and frogs, and all kinds of people. So trust me when I tell you, I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying.
But you know the word in here, the Combs Enterprise.
Yeah, the Combs Enterprise. But see, here's that RICO stuff. I'll start to curse. Lord, thank you. I'm working on it. Listen here. Here's the thing. Just like in this YSL case, they keep trying to say all of these people have these enterprises and these businesses, and they use these businesses. But that's something that you have to prove. And the state of Georgia is having a very difficult time down there proving that. Now, hopefully, well, I won't say hopefully, maybe the New York attorneys will be better than the ones down there in Georgia. Because if you've been following that YSL case like I follow that YSL case is a disaster. But moving right along. Members, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Members and associates of the Comb Enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in other activities: sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for the purposes of prostitution. What the hell does that mean? That means if you drive the
they
hoe,
threw those escorts in, those paid male sex workers.
But is that wait? Let me read it again.
That's a crime.
So if I fly a hoe from one state to another, that's a crime?
If you fly a prostitute across state lines, Marcellus, not some girl that you just loose in the ass that you getting down with, but if you fly a bona fide prostitute, hey, I'm sending you a plane ticket. I got these dudes I want you to hook up with when you get here. Entertain my boys or whatever, give them some whatever. I got you. I'm paying X amount of dollars and I'm sending you a plane ticket, put you up in this hotel. That's prostitution. That's what they got him for.
Well, if that's the case, there's a whole lot of NBA players that should be indicted and go to jail, because I know a whole lot of NBA players that fly prostitutes from one state to another, and I've met some of their hoes. So,
they didn't fly prostitutes in; they flew in escorts. Big difference.
Oh Lord, what's the difference?
It's the wording. It's the wording.
So I guess you have to have a sign in between your legs that say prostitution vagina 2 inches away in order for them to verify that you're a bona fide prostitute.
The NBA players got these women. They was bringing in freaky girls. They weren't bringing in bona fide hookers. They was bringing in freaky girls that they know if they slide them a little cash on their hair and their nails and buy them a few gifts that they could have their fun with them and then put them back on the plane or either call them an Uber.
Are you writing a check to pay a hoe? I'm sure they were paying them in cash, right?
Cash out, something like that.
Oh my God! I hope you know wasn't using Cash App to pay for no poo nanny. That don't make no sense. If you stupid enough to do that.
Jerry Springer before he died, he used to be the mayor of Cincinnati. He got busted because he wrote a hooker a check. Yeah, he paid for his coochie with a check.
No, Daryl. Well, see, that would be a mistake. And because my thing would be, it would be very hard for you to prove that unless you're going to get on the stand and say, I'm a hoe, just like I be trying to tell some of these folks, to stop worrying. Because unless you're going to get on the stand and say, yeah, I'm Dr. Dingleberry, it's going to be a real hard
time. We shall see.
It's going to be a real big time for folks to prove certain things. That's all I'm saying. Unless you're willing to get on the stand and say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes, my name is Dr. Dingleberry. That's me they talking about. You're going to have a very hard time proving your case. That's all I'm saying. Unless you crazy. So it says for the interstate transportation for the purposes of prostitution. If that is the case, you all, I want to know why Matt Gaetz is still sitting in Congress. And I'm going to say that. No, but see, here's the thing, and this goes to show you our system of justice. And look at Moni No Love. Moni No Love said Elliot Spitzer wrote a check for an escort to these niggas. It's dumb.
Hey, that man was down there at a restaurant with a 17-year-old girl.
Who?
Matt Gaetz. That's the girl they got.
Oh yeah. But he paid for his by Cash App.
Yeah, he ain't been to jail. Trump ain't been to jail, and he a convicted felon waiting to be sentenced, and he running for president. Gaetz still in Congress. But Bill Cosby went to jail. Diddy about to go to jail. R. Kelly in prison for pretty much rest of his life.
Let's take race out of this because I know what my white friends and the people who follow my channel gonna say.
Okay, well, they ain't on my channel. This here my juke joint.
Well,
we do tell it like it is.
Well, we're simulcasting today, so let me be very clear for the folks.
You don't want to say it's not about race.
No. That's not what I was going to say. Hear me out. Because I know some of the folks who follow me are going to say, "Oh, Marcellus, you guys are making this about race." So we're going to remove the race of the situation. if P. Diddy is being picked up for interstate transportation for the purposes of prostitution, according to this document, Matt Gaetz should have been charged and already indicted for the very same crime.
He didn't have a hooker. He had an underage girl.
That's even worse.
It was consensual though, but it was a felony. It's a felony, and they about to get him eventually but see, he didn't have, that girl was not a prostitute. She was just a young perky little girl.
Listen at Moni. Look at what Moni just posted, and he had videos that he was showing on the floor of Congress to his buddies. He had videos. So
sex videos?
I don't know if they were sex videos, but I know he used to show them some type of video because they talked about it.
Oh.
So, but see, this is the thing that I'm saying. It's a two-tiered system of justice because there are other men who have participated in this same thing. And if this is the case, then every rich business owner, that has options and that can fly these women from coast to coast, they're just as guilty as Combs, according to this document.
They haven't. That Epstein went to prison, but none of the people that went to Epstein Island went to jail.
Oh, well, he may be unalived soon. We better be praying for P. Diddy. He may be unalived. But
if he tell about the powers that be, yeah. But if he keep his mouth shut, he just gonna go to prison.
Here's another thing: coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution. Let's stop right there. And I'm sorry I keep stopping on the commas. Listen here. I have told you all, for those of you that follow me and that know, we've talked about this a million times. If you put your morals on the ground, do not be mad when men stump your morals to death, because people will, and it doesn't just not men or women, but just men, because women will stump your morals too, fellas. If you got community penis, they're gonna stump your morals too. They're gonna tell their girlfriends about you. Next thing you know, you done went through a whole tier of cruel women. Because don't think it. Trust me, females talk too, sir and ma'am. So understand something. If you put your morals on the ground, do not be mad when people stump them to death. And my thing is this: when people say, "Oh, I was coerced, enticed into engage in prostitution," what? So just what? How do you become somebody enticed you to become a hoe? So really, like you said, Daryl, they done made P. Diddy a glorified pimp. He's a big pimp.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna get
you. You know how they got them people underneath him to flip? They said, we ain't gonna charge you with pimping, well, we're gonna charge you with procurement.
Lord Jesus. I don't know.
You know what that means? That means Diddy tell you, hey, go get some hoes. And as the person, he come to Daryl, go get some hoes for me, and I want them at this hotel at such and such time. And I go out and I make it happen on his behalf. And he paid me for doing it. That's
ladies, close your ears for a minute. Daryl, are you trying to tell me as a man, you done went to a party and you done went, if you wasn't the dude that told the people at the party, yeah, I'm gonna bring some girls, or I'm gonna have some girls come over with me, or you bring some women to the party, or you got a homeboy that brings a slew of girls over to the party, does that, so I guess you in threat to be put under?
No, you keep you missing the fine line. That's just the hood hookup. But if you go out, you go out and you get actual bona fide prostitutes. This is what they do for a living, and you give them X amount of dollars. Hey, I got a party. I'm paying each one of you. I'm just throwing a figure out there. Pay each one of you $100, whatever the case may be, and it's expected that you have sex with somebody at their party and keep them men happy.
Daryl. Well, no, don't let me tell on myself. Let me continue on. Never mind. We'll talk about that offline. Forced labor, interstate transportation for the purposes of prostitution, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses. So that's probably going to be the purchase of narcotic, because well, I guess it is a crime to take narcotics.
He had the white guy as his mule buying GHP, cocaine, ecstasy. It's a slew in the other document. It lists all the drugs. And I think further down in this one actually lists the actual drugs that he made this cocktail to keep them high and so they'd be able to have sex nonstop 2-3 days at a time.
Okay. Arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The Combs enterprise, including its leadership, its members, and its associates, constituted an enterprise as defined by Title 18, and he gives the code, that is a group of individuals associated in fact, although not a legal entity. The Combs enterprise consisted of, and so they're saying that the whole, you notice, who else? So they saying, wait a minute, uh love the defendant entities within the Combs business, including but not limited to Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, Combs Global, individual employed by the associated with Combs business, and others known and unknown. I don't even like the way
It's
that,
them known and unknowns is gonna bust his head in court.
yeah, well, see,
That's why
I
I
don't
want you
even,
to read that part.
yeah, I don't even like the way that's worded. That's a crummy way of wording that, because essentially you're saying that the whole business and the people that work for his business are all criminals. That's really what you're saying. That's in essence
Now I'm
what
gonna
you're
need you
saying.
to skip on down to number 10. That's where we
Well,
need to
why are
go.
we skipping? Why are we skipping? We got
Because
to read it.
up there it's nothing but it's just a bunch of legal jargon, but you can read it. I don't care.
Okay,
Go ahead.
okay, because this is how I'm gonna get knowledge on this stuff, because I don't
Go
be
ahead.
putting
Go
stuff.
ahead. That's what we're here to educate.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute, Daryl. I'm sorry, you all. Y'all have to work with me tonight, because I'm not this kind of person, and I don't know that traveling a woman from one state to another, if she's a hoe, is a crime. I didn't know that. But I
If
thought,
you bring her across state lines for the purposes of paying her for sexual acts, but if you just pick up a prostitute and y'all just riding and you having to cross state line and you haven't propositioned her, she haven't propositioned you, that there's been no crime committed. There's been no verbal contract established.
okay,
Y'all just riding in the car together,
all right,
or on a plane or whatever. But if you say, "Hey, I'm bringing you over here to LA, and you know I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars, and we're gonna do such and such and such and such," that's when you broke the law.
yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to prove this under. It's almost like the racketeering thing. I don't think they're going to be able to prove this, just based on what I've read.
You know,
What'd you say,
Marcellus? If let's just say Uncle Fred is the feds, he busts us, and he charged me with conspiracy. In order for a conspiracy charge and racketeering to stick, all he got to do is when he go to court of law to the prosecutor has us in court. Mr. Moore, yes. Did you meet Marcellus McMillan on September 18, 2024 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Yes. What were you talking about? And then I'm looking around because I know they got me. And I started lying. They said, well,
don't worry, because at that point, when they ask you that question, the lawyer's going to object and say speculation.
No, that's when they're going to come out with that. That's when they're going to come out with this. No, they ain't speculating because they got me on surveillance. They're going to say, well, have you and Mr. McMillan met? Did you meet on this such and such time and such a place? And I started lying. They're like, well, isn't this you on the video? Isn't this you, Mr. McMillan and you? That's the conspiracy. Two of us in the same place talking. They don't have to exactly know what we're talking about. I'm a known criminal. You're in the company of a known criminal. So they're going to figure, in order to get to me, they're going to bust you. They're going to try to flip you to testify against me.
Well, we need a lawyer. Any lawyers in this chat, y'all? If anybody in here is
mastermind, I'm at the top of the pyramid. They want me. They don't want the bottom feeders. They want the top dog. I'm the cigar law.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I got you.
That's how these laws that we're reading, Marcel, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, these are the laws that they use to bring down organized crime, the mafia.
Correct.
So that's what this is. RICO and conspiracy. The worst thing are drug dealers. That's how they get drug dealers on conspiracy charges. Two drug dealers meet. You could be at a McDonald's eating a Big Mac, and they say, "Oh yeah, this y'all meetup place." And you got a felony in your past. I got a felony in my past. Then they go to get a warrant to start putting surveillance equipment up, listening in on our phone conversation, listening on bugging our house because they got suspicion. Reasonable suspicion. That's how this whole RICO. And then if I'm the head drug dealer and I got all these people working under me, that's where the RICO, that's where the racketeering comes in. Because I got people, I have an ongoing criminal enterprise. Kind of like if you got a Patreon page and you got all these people going to your Patreon giving you money, and then you got people up under you lying, scams, keeping your ongoing criminal enterprise operating, and you ain't paying no taxes, you ain't filing a paperwork. That's how they get you with these RICO charges. That's what they do.
Oh, all right. My God from Zion. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Sean Combs. The defendant and others known and unknown participated in unlawful and other activities related to the conduct of the Combs Enterprises affairs. Well, see, I don't like the way this. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna have a hard time in court.
You're
If
not
he
gonna
has,
like none of it. This is what they do to put you in prison,
I
Marcellus.
got you.
That's why they have a 95% conviction rate.
I, I
This wording is what gets them there.
I get it. I get it because I've been watching and these court cases as of late. But see, Daryl, you can make anybody on paper look like the worst thing since sliced bread. If I hire you and you work on my staff, you're not necessarily, and I tell you to go. I met a hooker and I need you to book a flight or put her on my private jet, and I'm going to take her from one place to another and pay her. Now you're a part of a criminal enterprise. That just don't even sound right to me. I'm sorry. It don't even sound right. That's just me. Maybe it's the male in me. I don't know. Because if that's the case, there's a whole bunch of men in the country that are part of an ongoing criminal enterprise. I'm just saying. Do you know these rich white men do this all day, every day?
Yes, I know that, sir. I
know that. But I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you how it works, Marcellus. I'm not trying to approve of what they do. I'm just telling you how they get the big top dog criminals. This is what they use to bring down. And we have Richard Nixon to thank for this, because this is what he used when he got to be president to bring down organized crime. These RICO laws.
I got you. And Ebony, we ain't got there yet. We going. These individuals included certain Combs businesses employees, such as members of Combs security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, as well as close associates of Combs. Purposes of the Combs enterprise. The purposes of the Combs enterprise included the following: operating a global business in media, entertainment, lifestyle. See, I don't like this. I don't like this because I don't believe these businesses was not started with the intent in mind to become what this stuff has become. You understand?
His vision was always to expand beyond just making records and music.
I get that, but his business was, I don't believe that when Sean P. Diddy Combs started this business, he had in his mind to start a criminal enterprise where he was flying hoes all across the country and around the world.
No, that's not what they're saying here.
But Daryl, it says that the purposes, it says that the purposes of the Combs enterprise, including, and so they're including all of these things inside of this RICO charge. That's exactly what they're doing.
No, this is not the RICO. All these things are legal, what they're telling you. And in letter A, operating a global business in the media, that's legal. Entertainment, that's legal. Lifestyle industries, that's legal. But
Daryl, if you're saying that the Combs enterprise facilitated all of these things and that the purposes of the enterprise were to facilitate these things, in essence, what you are saying is that the whole reason why this business existed was so that you could participate and do these things.
No.
Am I tripping? Or am I just overthinking?
You tripping. You overreaching it.
Oh, okay. Let me
The company that is in letter A, that was the legitimate part of the company. What they are saying as far as the law being broken is because of those things in letter A, he was able to branch out and do the illegal activity, and he used the funds from the legal activity to bankroll his illegal activity.
Okay, but I'm just reading the first sentence in number 11. It says that the purposes of the Combs enterprises, they're telling you the purpose of the enterprise. And they're telling you in this indictment that the whole purpose of the enterprise was to facilitate all of those other things, aforementioned things that we mentioned above. That's what they're telling you was the purpose of the enterprise.
No.
No, you no
When
no
you
no no. I
read
know how
down,
to read
you
now. Wait
are
a
reading.
minute now.
Just read down. You'll get it.
Now wait a minute now. I comprehend really well. Now I'm trying
I'm
to.
not trying to insult your intelligence. I want you to read it further.
I
Then
know
it
you're not.
all
I
makes
know you're
sense.
not. But I'm getting upset because I'm reading this, and I know what I'm reading, and I know what I'm saying, and I know what I'm reading. If you tell me that the purposes of every business of the businesses that I started, no matter if if I branched off into criminal activity, and then you put in a legal document that the whole purpose of my business was to further my criminal enterprise, that to me is the most egregious thing I've ever read on paper. And maybe I'm a business owner and I'm just thinking different. Because I know one darn thing. If you come and tell me that the purpose of my business was to facilitate an entire criminal enterprise, I
That's
would
not
tell
what
you
it's
you're off your
saying.
rocker. Huh?
That's not what it's saying,
That
Marcellus.
is what it says. I'm sorry, but that is what it says, Daryl. I'm sorry. That is exactly what it says. It says the purposes of the Combs enterprise.
Okay, maybe they need to put this word in there for you, and this will get you past it. The legal purposes of the Comb enterprises include the following. Read it like that, and then read them next two lines, them next 2 points.
And to the Dr. Avone, I can't love us Adonai. Yes, we know you reap what you sow, and I agree, because I do believe the reason why the man is in jail right now is because he's reaping what he sowed. I'm not saying that Combs is innocent. I'm just reading this from a different perspective. I'm sorry. And that's why Daryl and I read these things, is because we talk about it. That's the whole purpose of reading. And we're not always going to agree, but I'm sorry, Mr. Cigar Vlogger, when you type on number 11 and the first letter of the line says the purpose of the Comb enterprise, you said the purpose of the enterprise. Purpose.
Okay, put that word in there legal, because see, if you just read 11 by itself, or somebody else just read item 11 by himself, it'd be taken out of context. If you put the word the legal purposes of the Combs enterprises, then this following block would make sense to you.
Okay, but this block fell down as number 11 after the aforementioned atrocities that were above it.
Because those were the illegal purposes of the enterprise.
Right, but
this is addressing the legal side.
Okay, but you're saying that the legal side that he formulated was to further the illegal activities that he was doing.
That's the position of the prosecution. That's not my position. That's the prosecution's position.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the prosecution's.
No, you didn't.
No, I've been got it, but I'm just saying to you, if you look at the totality of what they're putting in this indictment, if you're telling me that the purposes of my entire enterprise was to further a criminal enterprise, that just cannot be.
Okay,
and hopefully he got some good lawyers, because that's the dumbest shit. What in the hell does I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I've been trying to work on that. I'm sorry. What does Sean John have to do with me flying a hoe across the state line? That's a garment company.
Yeah, but Sean, the money you made off Sean John enabled you to fly the hoes in and pay for the hotels and the drugs and the liquor and 1,000 bottles of lube and whatnot.
Right. So if I'm a rich man who starts a business, okay, well, let's move on, because we're gonna have to talk about this on another show, because that's we'll be here all day, because my blood is boiling. I'm a business owner, and now my blood is boiling because this makes no sense to me, but I'm gonna keep on going. Let me stop. I can't even read. Operating a global business in media entertainment. Did I read all this stuff? I read all that. Preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power, reputation, and brand of Sean Combs. That's what his enterprise was supposed to do. That's what a business is supposed to do.
Right.
The defendant, as a musician, entrepreneur, and figure in the entertainment industry, enriching members and associates of the enterprise, including its leader Combs in a particular. They're not gonna win this, Daryl. I tell you, I can read good. What these people are trying to say, unless I can't read, they're literally saying his entire business is a criminal enterprise.
Yes.
Oh, they're not going to win this. They're not going to win
Marcellus, you don't. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down to the church level. You can't say, okay, this part of my ministry is legit, when you over here and you got on the legal side. All of it's illegal.
Oh
because
wow.
you run an ongoing criminal enterprise. You
Okay,
can't
so
say, well, oh, you
let
don't
me
like,
sit there for a minute. I need to think. Well, let me think for a minute.
okay, you got a church
I'm
and
listening.
you selling Jesus junk, and you
Yeah.
know it's Jesus junk, or you got robocalls that's underneath part of
Oh,
your ministry,
like Bernard Jordan. Okay.
right? Or you got the entertainment arm of your online ministry, and
Mm-hmm.
you got robocalls, and we know robocalls are illegal, but it's all a part of your ministry. But on the other side, oh, well, we feed the homeless every weekend, but you still got this illegal side of it. So you can't cherry pick. Well,
Oh, I
this
get what you're
section is
saying.
illegal
Okay.
and this section is legit. No, all of it's illegal
So
because you
let me.
committed a crime.
So all right, Chat and Daryl. Let's go here then. So what they're saying is because of the bad stuff that he's done, the bad stuff is going to totally wash out and overshadow the legitimacy of his actual business because of the other things that he's done. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. As a juror, I would personally have problems with that.
And that's
Uh,
why they would strike you day one. They go, oh, here come that man. He's gonna get rid of his
well,
he
well,
got a ring on with a cross on. He got to go right now. He gonna want to have Bible study in the jury room. He
I'm
got to
just
go.
saying. I'm just saying I would have problems with that. But see, that's why I don't like our system because our system does certain things um, that I don't agree with how that's worded. And if you tried to present that to me that his entire business was some sort of illegal entity, then I would not agree with that. I'm sorry, that's just me.
Okay.
Uh, Okay, Ingrid says it is simple. Okay, okay, Ingrid. It sounds simple to you, but
You
when
know
you
who put
gotta
the money up for him to start his record label, right?
when it was a drug pen, right? Kingpin guy.
No. Remember the movie Will Smith played in where he was sleeping in the subway and all that with the little boy?
Uh-huh.
That guy went on to become a multi-millionaire, billionaire. That was the guy that put up the front seat money by default because he laughed. He said, because Diddy took some of the money and started that record label after he got fired from Uptown.
Are you talking to oh, okay. Are you talking about the guy that went to work for Merrill Lynch, the black man that they made the movie based on or somebody else?
Right, him.
Oh, it is him. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember his name right now.
I can't either, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
He
I
just
didn't know that.
that
Jesus
was the
Christ.
seed money for Bad Boy Records right there.
This case is horrible. All right, moving right along. But I just know people. And let me tell y'all something. When you put 12 people in a box, 12 people are going to listen to your case and they're going to bring their experiences. They're going to bring the what you tell them in the courtroom. And I don't care what nobody says. It is very hard to convince 12 people uh to think about the same thing. If you use personal funds in your business or vice versa, they can pierce the corporate veil. Okay, Ingrid, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's go on D. Preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power of Combs Enterprise, including the power of its leader. Combs through violence, use of firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Fulfilling the personal desires of Combs, particularly those related to Combs' sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex workers, enabling Combs, Lord Jesus, and other members. At the cross, where I first saw the
All
light.
right.
And the burdens of my heart rolled away. It was there by faith. I'm sorry, I had to take a praise break for just a second. I received my sight. Now I'm happy all the day. I may have to start reading this because this is rough. This is something else.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Trust me. I
Jesus.
read it earlier today. I was like, ooh.
My God from Zion. I'm just reading this for the first time with you all. I am just
It gets worse. It gets worse, brother. Just trust me.
this is crazy. Okay, let me keep reading. I'm sorry, y'all. My God from Zion. I need to take a breather. Okay, enabling Combs and other members in the blah, blah, blah. Okay, coercion, enticement, engage in prostitution, narcotics distribution of other crimes, and concealing the commission of such acts. securing absolute loyalty from members of the Combs enterprise, including through acts of violence and threats, protecting the Combs enterprises and its members and associates, including Combs, from detection and prosecution by law enforcement authorities through its acts of intimidation, manipulation, bribery, and threats of retaliation against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise. Pause. Wasn't there a
Mhm.
woman a long time ago, Daryl, that said she got shot by him? Wasn't there a
Yes,
woman?
yes, and I'm glad you brought that up. When Shine, J Lo, and Puffy were in the club one night, and some popped off. Shine took the fall. He went to prison for 10 years. J Lo didn't have no gun, but she later stashed the gun. But she was never charged. The woman that got shot in the club that night, she said, "Shine didn't shoot me. Puffy had a gun. Puffy shot me." And she's
Mm.
always maintained that all these years. She's even gotten death threats behind it. She had to move because of it.
Mm. Because just vaguely, I remember watching a video and that lady crying. I remember the video and
Mhm.
I remember her crying, talking about the fact that he shot her. And I
The night
remember
it
that.
didn't happen, when she was in the hospital, they asked her who she said, "Puffy shot me." She kept saying it over and over because they were taking her statement down in the hospital. But he was never charged with shooting her.
Wow. Okay, you all, I'm going on. Among the means and methods by which Sean Combs, the defendant, and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise included the following. Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit. I might say web of deceit and sexual gratification there, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship.
There it is, right there.
Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak offs. Now, here's the thing I don't understand. I don't.
Don't freak
I
out. Oh, I'm sorry.
I love Chic too, by the way. But here's the thing, Daryl. I'm just saying.
But that song wasn't originally called Freak Out. It was called Fuck You. And they wouldn't play it, so they changed the name to Freak Out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I gotta pray. Oh no, oh Lord, I've been
They
steeped in
got kicked out
sin.
of Studio 54 before they were famous. So they went home and made this diss song. It was fuck you. But they couldn't play that on the air, so they changed it Freak Out. Just like Little Richard changed Tutti Frutti on Rudy. It used to be Tutti Frutti Big Old Booty.
Right. Wow, my God. Okay. So it looks like Sean Combs is just like Rick James. He's a huge voyeur. Because
Super freak.
why? Yeah, but why are you hiring women? What now? Are you getting girls to come over so you can hire sex workers to have sex with them? I guess so you can watch them.
He liked to watch him, and then he was bisexual.
Oh, this is
No,
disgusting. I'm
he's
already disgusted.
bisexual. He likes men and women.
Oh, I'm so disgusted right now. I'm disgusted. I'm
Well,
disgusted.
think
I'm
about
disgusted.
it. How can you be shocked that he's bisexual? Clive Davis was his mentor. Clive Davis is bisexual.
Well, I understood about Clive Davis, but see, we'll talk about this after I read through all of this stuff. This is disgusting. Father, help me
And
get
wait
through
till
this.
Justin Bieber and Usher start talking, because they're gonna get called in to testify.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, those
He
guys are
had both of them at his house
yeah,
when they
but
were
they're never.
kids.
I've heard stories, personal stories from other artists, because I have friends who are in the industry about Usher and what Andre Harrell and P Diddy made Usher do as a child. So I'm not even going down that road, and I know that from people that I know personally who have told me those stories.
Mhm.
Now I wasn't there, but I can show enough tell you. Yeah. Oh my God, Well, and here's the other thing, and we ain't even got there, Shanice, but he videotaped it. That's the thing that's gonna make him go down, y'all. Because when
Man,
I
they
heard
play them in court. Oh,
yeah, because I heard he videotaped this stuff like an idiot. Him and R. Kelly got major problems because there ain't no world and there ain't no way in the world I'd be this kind of a sinner and have this on repeat
first of
and
all,
somebody
let's
push
stop
and
right there. Let's
record.
stop right.
Daryl, you frozen. I can't hear Daryl. Can y'all hear him? Can y'all still hear me? Daryl, I can't hear you. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear Daryl, because it done froze on my end. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear Daryl. Um, do I need to go to my YouTube so I can see if y'all can hear me? Okay, but y'all can still hear me, right? Okay, he's coming back on. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir.
Okay, I had to switch out my I told you my internet been acting crazy. But I'm gonna send you the link because I'm gonna need you to pull it up. Let me see. Because I still got it here. My internet froze. But I know you can hear me now because I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
I'm
we can
looking
hear
at
you.
it.
Go for it. We can hear you.
So before we rudely interrupted, God dang it. He brings these people in with the express purpose, and it brings them in with the express purpose of performing sexual act days at a time. That's not the same as you calling your little sneaky link in and flying her from North Carolina out to California. Y'all hot and heavy in the desert palms. So
Right.
he's putting all these people together. He likes to watch. That's where we're at. He likes to watch because he's bisexual. He gets off on seeing men and women. That's the whole Cassie thing. Because if you ever got a chance to read her thing was very graphic. He he got off watching her have group sex with other men, and the other men were not only having sex with her, they were having sex with each other, and they got. The look of disgust on your face is hilarious, man.
Now, I've been telling people for years that these preachers do this. By the way, Daryl, I shared my screen, but I think you have to pull it up because I still got the indictment up on my other screen so people can see it.
Okay,
I'm not.
trying to get it back up.
You got to understand something. I'm a church dude. And I know that people you do all kinds of freaky stuff, and I get you. I'm not immune, I'm not immune. I think I'm a little bit of a freak myself, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit. I think
Let
my
us pray before we do this.
but my freak is not like this expansive. So when I hear this kind of stuff, I just shake my head. First of all, Cassie was his girlfriend, so obviously he didn't care anything
On
about her.
paper, and that's it.
Oh my god, this is disgusting. Okay, let
Hey,
me
bro.
read through this. Oh my god, this just disgusting, Daryl.
Hey,
Uh,
brother, it is what it is.
yeah, I get you, but that's a trip. Okay, let's move right along. Combs and other members and associates in enterprises uh wielded the power of prestige of Combs' role, blah blah blah. Okay, commercial sex workers, because I read all that part. That Combs referred to as, among other things, as freak-offs. The freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what Rick James did. I know that for a fact. Um,
And that's why
uh,
Rick James went to prison because they burned cigarettes on the girl's body and all that, and held her against the will, kidnapped her.
was that the reason why he went to jail?
Yeah, they were putting out cigarettes on her body, burning her with cigarette lighters,
Oh,
and
I
they
didn't
kept
know
her
that.
against her will in the house.
Daryl, can you pull up can you hit your button so you can let me see the indictment on the
I
screen?
I cannot because I'm on my phone. I'm trying to get it back up on my computer. Give me a second.
Okay, because
Uh,
I don't. So you guys are gonna have to wait for Daryl because I can't do it from my end. Um.
because it's giving me a problem here. Now,
Okay, so let.
I can do is text you the information. You can stick it in the chat.
Were you talking about for the indictment?
Yeah, I got both documents. I sent you the links to both
Yeah,
documents. They
yeah,
went
yeah.
by.
You can send the link and I'll
Yeah,
put it in there for
they
everybody.
went buy me a coffee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Oh my God, this is something else. Okay, y'all forgive me. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me, but it takes my breath away sometimes to read this kind of stuff.
I don't know
Freak
why.
offs. But Daryl, I mean,
It's a whole world out there, brother. These
I
people
know,
done,
but if you're rich, you're rich. What kind you need to you need deliverance. No, that's why we need deliverance ministry because he need
oh shit.
deliverance.
This boy said deliverance ministry.
He need
Cause
deliverance.
why? Cause they getting laid.
No, because he needs to go down to the bench and let one of the old mothers pray over him. He needs to be purged. Because I'm sorry, if you're the kind of person that need to be in a room full, because this is all really what we're talking about is orgies. You're just having
Okay.
elaborate
Okay.
orgies.
Okay. Um, you do
Dude,
realize what you consider freaky is just regular old sex with other people, and vice versa. I'm just
okay.
being honest.
I understand. I'm moving
See,
along.
we're looking at the world, Marcel. That's what everybody does. Everybody sees the world through their lens.
Yes, that is true.
So if it's not in what we in our vision, what we see as normal in our tunnel vision, it's wrong. I'm
Okay,
not trying. I'm not going
okay.
for or against. I'm just telling you there are people that you see every day that you will never know are into this and worse.
No, I understand that there are people that are into feet. There are people who are into socks. That's why there's different genres and categories of porn. Okay, there's people who like big women, that like to oil them up and put flour on them. I have my things too. You know, I understand. I understand. I get it. I
I
get it.
forgot about that shit.
Everybody has
I
their
forgot
thing.
about that. I forgot about that.
I'm just saying everybody's into their thing. But when I see that people are, you want to be you're rich and you got all this money, you got all this access, and you want to be in a room full of you. But I think what caused me such mental breakdown just now, and you said it's on paper. Cassie was the woman that he took to the red carpets. He took Cassie everywhere. That was the woman that everybody knew was his, right? But you want to see
After Porter, yeah, after Kim Porter.
you're gonna have your girl being screwed by sex workers.
Marcellus, there are people that get off sexually watching their loved one, their mate, have sex with other people.
I just I don't understand how these people. Well, let me just say it this way.
That's because you're not into that.
I get it, Daryl. I get it. I get where you're coming from. Uh uh this is why the scripture says we must be born
Here
again.
you go. Here you gonna come with the scriptures. You keep beating
We must
somebody
be
over the
born
head. This is
again.
why the scripture said.
We must be born again. Because I cannot. I'm sitting here. I'm having a tough time reading the document. I couldn't imagine if I had to make a decision in this case. This is gonna be a mess. And if they televise this, Lord Jesus. Lord help me right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, let me get back to the reading. Father and the God, Lord Jesus, help me. Okay, I can't even get through the document, so y'all know it's messing with me. Whew, freak offs. Okay, in arranging these freak offs, Combs, with the assistance of members, associates of the Combs Enterprises, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Holy camoli. These fools were international hoes. All right. So he did some Zachary Timms stuff. Y'all remember Zachary Timms had a Russian hoe. Now, y'all may not know about that preacher, but he had a Russian hoe. Anyway, freak offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days. Oh, Shatabakasoto. Multiple days, and also involved multiple commercial sex workers. During the freak offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substance, cocaine, I'm sure, ecstasy, I'm sure, to victims in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of the victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After the freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. My God, from Zion. Hold by shy. Hold by shy. Where's Mother Stacks when you need her? Ho! Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute, Daryl. Every couple of months, I get dehydrated and have to have IVs. These Negroes
Uh-huh.
is having sexual. Do you know how well, the amount of fluids and stuff you got to exert to need an IV afterwards? I've heard of having a
Yeah,
ham
just
sandwich
like
in a
if you're
glass of
an
water.
athlete and you play. No, when you out there playing a sport and you got to get Gatorade, Powerade to rehydrate yourself, you physically exert it. Because when you take ecstasy and those other drugs, like when you taking people to those raves out in the desert or wherever they have them, they overheat because the ecstasy doesn't allow fluid to your brain. That's what it messes you up. It fries you. So
Ebony, I've been in church
one of
all
the
my life. Hobasha. uh,
and that's exactly what they're doing. Hobasha, ho, ho.
I've been in church my whole life. Hobasha. That's all I can tell you. Somebody need deliverance ministry. We need to send P. Diddy over there with the Angie Ray and the Ray sisters. He need to go down to the altar. My God, from Zion. Whew, this is going to be a hard case, Father and the God. And what was TD Jakes doing with him then? Oh Lord. Well, we're not even talking about that, Edith. We ain't even talking about Kamala. What's that got to do with what we're talking about? I need you to stay on topic, Edith. You know I love you, but I want you to stay on topic, Edith. Oh, bless his holy name. Members and associates.
Somebody asked, where did he get IV fluids? Shoot, if you're rich, Michael Jackson had propofol in his house and an IV drip.
There were some doctors that's going to be in this case. They're going to have to testify. Oh, you can bet that.
Oh man, you wait, because when they want, they're gonna be like, but no, actually, all jokes aside, y'all, you can go to the store yourself and buy IV fluids.
Yeah, that's true. But I know, but they're legal. There are places you can go to get because I've been telling some people that every couple of months I want to get IVs, get fluids, and my friends were telling me there are places you can go to actually get those fluids put in you, because I normally I run to be dehydrated sometimes, and that's when I get all lethargic. So if you're ever feeling like super lethargic and you can't get out of bed, you're always tired, a lot of times, guys, it's because of you're dehydrated, and you might need to go get you an IV. It really does make you feel completely different once you get them. I'm just saying.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm sure they felt like $1 million after they had these sex party things, and Lord Jesus,
for 3 days.
Good Lord,
3 days.
Now a part of me is shocked, and a little part of me is a little bit jealous. I'm just saying. I got a little bit of jealousy, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
For what?
I would have loved
until you pass out.
The sinner in me would have loved to had just one time in life to go there and have a 3-day freak off. But I just don't want to be in a freak off with a whole bunch of other people. Can you imagine? Well, I ain't never even stayed in a hotel room for 3 days. And do you know the amount of tiredness? Now I've done an all-nighter. I've done some stuff, but I'm just saying, 3 days, Daryl?
Drug induced.
3 days? Good Lord of mercy.
When you pop them drugs, ecstasy, shoot, you don't come down, you stay erect.
But close your mouth, close your ears, ladies. Daryl, if you've ever pulled it all night,
women grown hell, either they had sex or wish like hell they was having
right.
sex.
I'm just saying, but Daryl, but forgive me, ladies, but Daryl, if you've ever pulled an all-nighter, you know the amount of strength and ball slapping that requires. So to do that,
see, women don't get tired like us, so they can go.
But I'm saying, I don't know about anybody else, but after a long time, you need some time to recover. You understand? Especially if you've been drained. I mean, because it's only so much you got in the sack, bro. I'm just saying.
No, your body regenerates that, but it's the physical on your muscle.
Yeah, but Daryl, you're physically tired. You ain't never had you ain't never like gone for a long time and hurt.
I don't do it. What you mean? Pain?
Yes,
no
like
pain,
you.
No game.
No, no pain, no game.
What are you talking about? If it hurt, just holler. Shit, I mean,
I'm
keep
just
going.
saying.
Put some dirt on it. Keep
I'm
going.
just saying. But you ain't.
But that's what the drug, Marcellus, the drugs they're taking, they don't even know about. They don't know what day or time it is. They just out there on them drugs tweaking.
Jesus Christ, this is sad. I just want to stretch my
That's what
hands
they do.
toward this document. Father, bless these people. They just, Lord Jesus, I just ain't never heard of no stuff like this. 3 days, IVs
Where
and
you been,
fluids.
brother? Where you been?
Hey,
Where
I've
you
been at the
been?
church. Everybody know where I've been. I've been at the prayer meeting at the shut-in.
Well, they were shut in. They was never shut in a prayer meeting. I guarantee you, everybody was calling on the Lord.
I was at the shut-in. That's where I was. I'm sorry. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I was listening to Kurt Franklin and Stomp and God's Property and the Family. I was listening to Helen Baylor. I don't know. This is deep. Okay, let me get myself together
Yeah,
here. I'm
right,
just saying.
man. Shit. If it hurt, just holler and keep going.
Okay, Lynn.
And say, God, give me strength one more time, like Samson on those pillars. Lord, give me strength one more time.
I need a
Father.
break. I'm just saying. After a while, I'd be like, nah. Because after a while, yeah, you gonna need some hollering. You gonna need some. That's gonna be some.
Uh,
Gonna be some hollering. Father help me.
okay, Edith, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna need you to stop.
Who is he? She stumbles over the fact that she's not. Oh, now
Yeah.
Edith, you've been warned. I don't want to time out. I don't want to time you out, Edith. We're not talking about no Kamala Harris right now. It's not what we're talking about, Edith. And we know she's black, and we're not about to argue that point, Edith. If it bothers you that bad, Edith, go on somebody else's platform. Go tell Don Lemon she ain't black. Go over there and tell Don. We're not talking about that today. Now, you've been warned, Edith, and that's all I'm going to say. And it's the last time I'm going to say it. Now, amen. Bless God. Let's go
I
on.
don't know where you been, brother. You talking about but see, when you take the drugs and
Okay, somebody time Edith out. Now you've been warned. Now I don't want to see this no more. Who's doing this? Let me see.
it has to be on your end. I can't time her out.
Oh, it must be on mine. Okay, you in time out, Edith. I ain't got no more time for you. Wait a minute. I done timed out the wrong person. Oh, how do I go back? Oh, Felix, I'm so sorry. I done timed the wrong person out. Father and the God. I'm so sorry, Felix. How do I?
Felix, come on under mine and you be straight.
I'm so sorry, Felix. You people done drove me crazy. Go ahead, Daryl. I'm sorry. You may have to pick up the reading because I done messed up. I'm sorry, Felix.
Oh.
Let me go back over to my Facebook so I can undo what I done did. Oh my God.
Members and associates of the Calm Enterprises, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Calm's business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linen, and lighting.
Hold on. You done read that so fast. Go back. I'm sorry. I was distracted. Remember, can you read it again? Read it again. I'm sorry.
3-day read off, not a freak off.
I know, right? Go. Read it again. I'm sorry.
Members and associates of the Calm Enterprises, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Calm's business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs,
right?
Stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies,
not supplies.
You just don't go in and pull your pants down and start hunching. You got to have
condoms, right?
Well, maybe not condoms, because some cases they don't go. They go bareback. But you have condoms just in case. Condoms, lubrication, the baby oils, the sex toys, the drugs, the liquor. If you like having sex on the floor versus the bed, you got air mattresses and throw pillows or whatever you need. Or if you're into bondage and S&M, you got to have the restraints and the whips and the paddles and all that. Why do I feel like I'm being judged right now by the eyes listening to me?
You're not being judged because
I don't care. I'm 55. I'm
You get
55. I've
you
seen
gets
and
no
heard it all.
judgment from me, Daryl Moore. You know that.
I ain't losing no sleep if I get any. I'm just laughing. But anyhow, I'm just telling you, uh, I mean, outfits, costume. He might have a theme for the night. He might want y'all to all come dressed up as I don't know, as Mario Brothers, and it might get him all watching the Mario Brothers or the Smurfs or whatever. I mean, I'm just making up stuff, being silly right now. But yeah, it's not just you just get in, take your clothes off, start doing it. It's they do what they do.
I'm sorry, Lynn. Lynn told me to stay out the Lynn told me to stay out the chat. I'm gonna stay out the chat. Y'all need to then y'all gotta monitor the mad church disease over there because I'm trying to stay focused. But Daryl,
Mm-hmm.
if you work for the man and he's paying your salary,
Yeah,
you're gonna do what you need to do so you can feed your family. You're not
of
thinking
course.
you're not thinking you're participating in an ongoing criminal enterprise.
Well, if some of them are truly innocent of that, the feds have already watched these people. The feds have already flipped somebody. So, like, if they flip that white kid, the white kid comes like, well, no, Daryl and Marcellus didn't do anything illegal. They just did their job, and he really mistreated Daryl and Marcellus. He would yell and curse at Daryl and Marcellus all the time, and they fear for their job, and they fear for their safety, and they were just trying to take care of their families, blah, blah, blah. They ain't coming after us. But it's like, oh yeah, Daryl was the ringleader. Whenever Puffy wanted to do whatever, Daryl was his go-to. Yeah, then I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
This is crazy. Yeah, I am having a little bit of trouble processing the debauchery, but according to the scripture, there is no good in none of us. So all of us are subject to do anything and everything, and there is no good thing in none of us. We're all wicked and have the capacity to do any and everything, and that includes me. You put the right person in the right circumstance under the right situation, and we'll pretty much do anything. And I done told people you're only as faithful as your options. See, he's getting rich man options.
Oh Lord.
No, for real, rich man options. You can do what you want to do, and it obviously he was doing what he wanted to do. But I just don't understand, you know. I mean, God bless you with all of this stuff, and then you just this is horrible. And then the mistreatment of these women, because that's the thing that gets me. Why you got to be so debaucherous, like the woman using the chat. I'll use that word. What's the deal here? You got to have all of these orgies and things of that nature. I can understand if you wanted to do orgies and you made people sign an NDA or something like that, and you did that, but I don't think that's a crime if you in your home and you want to do what you want to do. That's your business. But it's this part that's driving me crazy. This is the part that's got me. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Hey, well, we went out again.
That's fine. You got me up on the screen, so I'm good. I can keep reading. All
Okay.
right, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep remember. Uncle Fred, yes, Uncle Fred said ignorance of the law is no excuse. You're right, Uncle Fred.
It sure ain't.
Okay, so workers and combs to add from freakouts, resupplying combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to combs to pay the commercial sex workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. In or about March 24th, during searches of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Mm-hmm.
My God, from Zion. Talk about 1,000 bottles of beer on the wall.
Jackass.
I'm just saying. You remember when y'all used to, when you was a kid, y'all would get in the car, one bottle of beer on the wall, one bottle of beer. You take one down, you pass it around, one bottle of beer on the wall. Do you know how long you would have to sing that song? One bottle of baby oil on the wall. One bottle of baby. You take one down, pass it around, one bottle of baby oil on the wall. Good God. And lubricant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lou.
you gotta have some lube. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Lord Jesus, that's a lot of freaking.
Hey.
That's a lot of freaking.
But
All
see,
right,
when you dehydrate, you have to use lubrication because your body is dehydrated. So the woman is not getting her natural
right.
lubrication.
All right, I ain't gonna go there because then y'all really know. Okay, Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in the freak offs. Combs maintained. Well, let me just tell you this: I've seen Sean Combs in some regular videos buck up at people and be real rude and disrespectful to them. And for the life of me, I could never understand why those people just allowed him to speak to them that way. And there was one rapper dude. I saw a video one time. He said that Puffy like approached him in a like a funny way, and he had to check Puffy, and like, hey, you got the wrong dude, and put Puffy in his place. And see, this is the thing: when you know who you are as an individual and you have morals, and I realize some people just don't have the fight in them. I realize some of you are more passive and you will let people speak to you any kind of way. I get that, but you're not gonna force me to put my I gotta be careful because I'm on YouTube and I want you to stay monetized. You're not gonna force me to put my stuff in nobody. Uh that's just the bottom line. I don't care if you are my boss, and I don't care if you did whatever. And but I be feeling so sorry for some of these ladies because here you got this strong, over aggressive dude that's forcing you to do this stuff. Now, some of you people were forced, but I don't believe all of you were forced. Let me just say that, because some of you go to these things willingly and you keep it quiet. Has anybody heard from his little handbag girlfriend? What's her name? Kamisha, the little freaky girl he was with all the time. Has anybody seen or heard from her? Uh-huh. Oh, it's so funny. Ain't nobody seen or heard from her. I'm just saying. All right, let me continue on. Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse. Blah, blah, blah. We read that part. Granting and threatening to withhold financial support and coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating. Oh, I don't have on my glasses. Let me put on my damn glasses like I can see. Where was I? Including tracking their work, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substances. During and separate from the freak offs, Combs and other things hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims at times by their hair. These assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs also threatened victims' careers and livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in freak offs. Victims believed, oh Lord, why does this in my spirit? I'm picking up Danity Kane right now as I read this. I'm sensing one of these girls from Danity Kane is about to tell something. So I think this is fit. This is this Danity Kane people. Yeah, Young Miami, that's her name, believed that they could not refuse Combs' demands without risking their financial job or security or without repercussions in the form of physical or emotional abuse. Combs also used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that they made during the freak offs as collateral to ensure their continued obedience and silence of the victims. Members and associates of the Combs enterprises, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. Well, of course, there's security. On one or more occasions, Combs himself carried a brandish, firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse. In or around March 2024, oh Lord, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, as well as drum magazines. When they say defaced serial numbers, if you're not familiar with that, that just means he shaved off the serial numbers. Am I correct,
That's
Daryl?
it. Yes, sir.
Okay, he shaved off the serial numbers. And by the way, you guys, that in itself is a crime.
A felony.
Yeah.
10 years in prison each time you do it per weapon.
Yeah, you can't shave off that, because if any of those firearms were used in the commission of a crime, they can also later add that to this case, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise enable Combs' control of other victims by following his directions regarding financial payments to victims, advancing or suppressing the victims' career opportunities, and acquiring the controlled substances Combs used to keep the victims compliant. Members of the associates of Combs enterprise at times witness Combs' violence toward the victims or the victims' injuries caused by Combs without Combs instead intervening. Instead, members and associates of the Combs enterprise help conceal the violence and abuse by, among other things, assisting Combs in monitoring and preventing victims from leaving locations such as hotels or Combs residences, and that may be kidnapping. Did they put that as a part of this charge as well? Where? Oh, Daryl's gone. I didn't even know he's gone. I was too busy reading. Shout out to St. James too. I think I saw you in the chat here. Let me see here. Let's see here. The occasions including instances in which victims were required. He said was required. That should be were required. Somebody needs to understand the English language to remain in hiding, sometimes for several days at a time, to recover from injuries Combs inflicted without being publicly observed. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise also assisted Combs in locating and contacting victims who attempted to flee his abuse. Lord have mercy. When employees witnessed to his abuse or other threaten Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engaged in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputation harm, and or verbal abuse. These acts of violence included kidnapping and arson. In addition on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects and people. So he threw people too.
Yeah.
Says Combs threw both objects and people, as
Yeah,
well as
he just
hit.
grabbed somebody and throw them around. Toss
Oh
them around.
wow. Dragged, choked, and shoved others. Lord have mercy. But see, the thing about that, see, I know that's because he got the money, he got the power. Cause see, you ain't gonna be picking me up, you ain't gonna be throwing me. I don't care if y'all paying my salary. Because
But
after a while,
if he got a bunch of big old burly bodyguards behind him, and he talking junk, and you already know he to tote that iron.
yeah, but I might smack this Daryl. Now we all from the ghetto. If I can't beat you, I'm gonna pick up something. I'm gonna knock the heck out you. I'm gonna knock your
What?
block straight off. I'm gonna get a hammer and some nails. I'm gonna have some batteries and a sock. Something's coming in your direction, and I'm gonna
Nope.
pretend like I like you and love you. And when you get close enough, I'm gonna clobber your ass, and that's just
It's
me.
clobbering time.
I'm just saying, because you're not. This is horrible. Combs and members and listen, but let me take a pause here.
No, you talking about what you wouldn't do. That's the same as somebody living in a rented mansion with you, and you calling them a girl's name, and if clearly a man, gay or straight.
Well, yeah, that's true, but you know what? That's because
Same
that
thing.
person controls your finances, just like Combs. And when they're controlling your finances, they can dictate to you what they want you to do. If you're not a man who can stand up on your own 2 feet, and you have to live off of the donations of others, then it seeks to be a situation that you're in control in,
Right.
and therefore you're going to acquiesce to the request of said individuals. And I'll leave my comment there.
Boy, when the list, this is what's tripped out. When the list of the people in court come out of the people that been at these freak offs and participated, not just show up to the party, because the freak offs is in a whole nother part of the house. But when that pops off, oh boy.
Lord have mercy. Well, I just want to say, if I know any of these people and they make it to the list, let me just say, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset if
Okay, it was saying that he was over there, TD Jakes over there with an apple pie in one hand and what else in the other?
no, they said he had a peach cobbler and he was wearing a thong. Listen,
If that's true, it'll be on them tapes.
Yeah, we'll get there in a minute, provided these victims' witnesses false narratives and events. I'm skipping down. Okay, let's get to the racketeering conspiracy. This is the racketeering part. Line item number 13. From at least in or about 2008 through about the date of the filing of this indictment in Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, the defendant, and others known and unknown, being persons employed and associated with Combs Enterprises, described in paragraphs 6 through 12 of this indictment, an enterprise engaged in the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired. Is that confederated? Is that the word confederated? Am I reading that right? Yeah, it says confederated. What does that mean? Can somebody there? Let's do a Google search. What does confederated mean?
In cahoots with, basically.
Oh, you sure confederated means in cahoots? Because they put conspired. Confederated, I don't even know what that word means. I'd have to study
I'm
that
gonna look
word,
it
pull
up
it up.
for you.
Please do.
I was making sure we don't lose the links anymore. I put the links in the private chat.
Okay.
To the document.
And agree together with each other and violate the racketeering laws of the United States, to wit, Title 18 United States Code, blah, blah, blah. This is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct or of the affairs of the Combs Enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term is defined in Title 18, and consisting of, here we go, multiple acts involving kidnapping. Okay, here we go. This is what I needed to get to. Okay, let me sit up.
Confederated mean they join together to form an alliance.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's okay, because they said that in the YSL case, but it ain't going too well for them. Okay, so let's see here. Multiple acts involving kidnapping, chargeable under the federal provision state law. Okay, blah blah blah. Multiple acts involving arson, and they said multiple acts, Daryl, involving arson, not one act. They said multiple.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. Multiple acts involving bribery. Okay, so they're charging him with bribery. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18, relating to tampering with a witness, victim, or informant. Okay, multiple.
A snitch.
Right. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18. Multiple acts involving relating to forced labor. That's this part here. All right. Then this one is relating to sex trafficking. So that's F. And then this one is relating to transportation and inducement to travel for the purposes of prostitution and other illegal. I think you're gonna probably have a tough time with inducement to travel for the purposes of prostitution. If you a hoe,
no. The bank statements and the money transfers is gonna show that.
I get that, but I'm just saying, if you are in your defense, if you a hired hoe, I didn't induce you to come and travel and get on the plane. How did I induce you? All I did.
The term inducement means you paid me. You gave me incentives. Money is an incentive. That's
okay. I got you. All right. Well, that's easy to prove too. Then, yeah, you're right about
Very
that.
Easy.
Prostitution and other. Oh my God, this is crazy.
From sea to shining down.
I know.
So sea to shining sea.
Relating to okay, we did that one. Multiple offenses involving possession with intent to distribute.
Here you go. Take your time, because them drugs has got long names.
Or distribution of narcotics and controlled substances, including cocaine, which I knew that was going to be huge, oxycodone, a lazarpam. I don't know what that is.
That's a psychotropic medication.
Now listen at this one. This is so damn long. Methyl deoxymethamphetamine. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, that's meth. You mean Diddy was doing meth?
Yes. He been tweaking for a minute. You didn't read Cassie's document? He do ecstasy, meth. Oh shoot, the other one. I know it's gonna come to me.
Oh my
he
God.
Don't do. Yeah, he do health. Yeah, meth and ecstasy, cocaine, weed. Oh shoot, I'm trying to think of the other stuff.
Well, what's this, Daryl? 4-bromo 2,5-demox
Hold on. I'm looking it up now.
dimoxypalalamine. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Benzobromide.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, 4-bromo. Hold on.
Yours truly said it's a cocktail. Must
That's
be
pretty
one.
much what it is.
It's a drug cocktail of some
Yeah,
sort.
you're mixing it all together because those are two different drugs there. They put it all together.
Yeah,
That's a
there's a
drug.
comma. There's a comma here, so I see
Yeah,
this.
4-bromo 2.
But this one is one by itself.
Yeah. That's a whole bunch of drugs shook together, make you go crazy. Now the next one, GH, that's the date rape drug. Gamma hydro.
Oh, so this is the date rape drug.
Yep.
Oh my God, from Zion.
And ketamine. Ketamine, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, what's ketamine again? What's ketamine?
It is a sedative used on horses.
Because I've heard of that before. Okay, ketamine.
People take it because this is a dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintaining. Hold on. Maintaining anesthesia. Basically, it knocks your ass out into a deep sleep. So when they finish freak offing and they want to put them to sleep, they give them the ketamine.
Somebody says Xanax is for anxiety.
Right.
And
yeah,
so it's the form of,
yes. People pop them Xanax because it mellows them out. Ketamine is also used as a treatment for depression and pain management. So you 3 days, you hurting. So
your dick hurt. Oh, sorry.
Your back door hurting.
Yeah, everybody. Let me tell you something. Your balls, if you've been slapping for 3 days, I don't care what nobody say. You is in pain, and especially if somebody riding you for 3 days. Good God of mercy, hallelujah.
That would be wonderful.
Shut up, Daryl. Moving right along.
Oh,
Jesus.
That's what I'd be saying if somebody rode me for 3 days. Jesus, keep me near the cross.
Okay, I got it. It was a part of the conspiracy that Sean Combs, the defendant, agreed that a conspirator would commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise. A notice of special sentencing factor from at least or about 2009 up to and including about 2018 in Southern District of New York and elsewhere. As a part of this agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, Sean Combs, the defendant, agreed to, in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit, entice, harbor, transfer, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, solicit by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion. So this is all blah, blah, blah. Now, this was just count 1. Damn. Mm-hmm. All we read was count 1. How many counts is it?
3.
Okay, count 2. Let's go by. Daryl, I need to pause. Take a break. I'm going to let you pick this count 2 up.
Okay.
This thing done wore me out already.
Count 2. Let me scroll down. What page are we on here?
Page 11. We on the screen. Can you see the screen?
We're almost done then. Okay.
Yeah. We on the screen.
Okay. Count 2. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Victim number 1. The grand jury further charges from at least in or about 2009 up to including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, the defendant, in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, advertised, maintained, patronized, and solicited by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, coercion, as described in Title 18. Good God Almighty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and I scrolled up already. It's just on the screen.
Okay. Any combination of such means would be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial sex act and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained a person, victim one, and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused victim one to engage in commercial sex acts, knowing and in reckless disregard of that fact that victim one was engaging in commercial sex act as a result of force, fraud, and coercion.
So let's stop here. Can I
Yes,
ask y'all a question and y'all tell me? I don't know how this works.
oh Lord, here we go.
Can Cassie can be victim number one? Can she be listed?
That might be very well. Yes, sir.
Now let me ask you: is it legal for him to have paid her, and then for her to be listed in an indictment under this case? Is that legal?
She was coerced. She was beaten. She was forced. She
Okay,
was
but my
drugged.
question is, he
He
paid
said
her.
drugged and raped. I didn't say. Oh,
But he paid her already, Daryl.
he
Can
paid
she
her
be?
off, but that was in a civil case. This is a criminal matter. Two separate courts.
Oh Jesus! So she can come back and slap him criminally too.
If the prosecution no, if the prosecution calls her in to testify, yeah, she can tell everything that she signed a seal
Ooh,
and has sealed
I
because
think
this is a
she's
criminal case. This is
I
not civil.
I think she's victim number one because the way that this is worded, it sounds a lot like Cassie.
There you
All
go,
right,
sir.
all right. Count number three.
Count number three. Here we go. From at least in or about 2009 up to including in or about 2024. This might be Cassie. The defendant knowingly transported an individual in interstate and foreign commerce with the intent that the individual engage in prostitution. Now, this ain't Cassie. And attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same to it comes transported, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the transportation of female victims and commercial sex workers to interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution. This is who I think these victims and whatever. I think they're talking about the sex workers now, the male sex workers.
And I hear Oprah Winfrey saying, "A girl ain't safe in a world's full of men's."
Men's.
This is horrible, and this is horrible. Hey Tamara, you know I love you. My God from Zion. This
I don't
is
know why you so shocked.
well, you know why I'm shocked? Maybe it's because I'm reading it. I understand that people do all kinds of freaky stuff, Daryl. But this man, God done gave this man everything: money, wealth, fame. And this man could not get his flesh under control.
You
But
keep trying to put a scriptural spell.
no, but I'm just saying,
On it.
but Daryl, this is the sin nature of man. I'm sorry, I just have to go here, but because this shows you that this man had a blatant disregard for his own life. You understand what I'm saying? Forget about other people's lives. This is a complete disregard for his own life. It really is. Some things is not in life you don't do because it's not profitable. Even if I had Daryl, even if I had the means to have a whole bunch well, let me take that back because I did tell somebody something the other day. That's why some of us don't have a lot of money, because God knows who we are. You just say that right there.
The saying, what's the saying? If you want to find out who a man really is, give him everything. If you want to find out who a woman is, take everything away.
Yeah, I told my friends the other night, I'm gonna keep it 100. I said, if I ever got a whole bunch of money, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of scantily clad women in a whole room, and I'm gonna have them all twerking, and then I'm gonna send the video to Floyd Mayweather and tell him, you're not the only one who can do this. That's what I told him.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I told him. I lied. No, because Floyd is always flossing, and I'd be like, this darn Negro. But anyway, I did say that. That's what I told my friends the other day. But anyway, and that's the deviant, I guess, part of me. I'm just saying, because I think we all have the capacity for stuff, and I'm not judging the man like that. But I just know me. Like, first of all, here's another thing. I don't want to have 19 penises in a room with my penis. You understand what I'm saying? If there's gonna be a show put on, my penis has to be the star of the show. I don't.
Marcellus,
you got 15 penises in the room. It's just like, what? Huh?
Marcellus, you're not bisexual, so that's not going to be your thing.
Yeah, that's
But if
that's
you
that's too much for
but if
me.
you bisexual, the more the merrier.
Did they mention he's bisexual in this case in this paper at any time or point?
No.
Oh, okay, so I guess
But
the video
if you
evidence is
read the
gonna prove that.
lettering, when I had you read the very first sentence, they
Hmm.
said women and others.
And others, yeah.
The and others lets you know. And when they show them videos in court, they don't see him
Yeah, that's crazy.
getting it on with a man. Because because he wasn't just always on the sideline. Like that time when he jumped that woman at the elevator, Cassie. Hell, he had to wrap a towel around his ass to come chase her down the hall.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. I remember the video. Do we
Yeah,
need to read anything else?
and yeah, we're about to read one other thing. I'm gonna read this.
Okay.
This is the forfeiture allegation. This is the part that ties in all of the criminal enterprise. As a result of committing the offense alleged in court in count 1 of this indictment, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States from sea to shining sea any and all interest the defendant acquired or maintained in violation of Title 18.
So what are they saying? So they want his business, is what they're saying. They want all his business.
Everything. I'm about to read it to you. And it's gonna freak you out. It's gonna be like, God dang, they going for blood. They're going any and all interest, securities of, claims against, and property or contractual rights of any kind of affording a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein, which the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, participated in the conduct of, in violation of Title 18, and any and all property constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly and indirectly said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense.
So they're going to come up with that number.
Oh, yeah. They're going to say basically everything that he got.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he heard him try to get everything over in his mama name. But or put it in other people's name. Because his mama wasn't involved in no freakouts. Well, there's rumors, but anyway, I digress. Let's go on. Number 19. As a result of committing the offense called offense alleged in count 2 of this indictment, Sean Combs, pursuant to Title 18, any and all property, real and personal, involved in, used, or intended to be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of said offense, and any and all property traceable to such property. Any and all property, real and personal, constituting or derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in United States currency representing the amount of property involved in said offense and proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. Basically, what they're saying, each count, they're going down to all 3 of the accounts. It's getting there. Bear with me a little while longer.
Right. Wait, before you read, you know what they're saying, right? Give me my money. like they do on Instagram. Y'all seen that thing? Give me my money. And that's everybody start clapping.
But think about it. That's why a couple of months ago, remember when Cassie's story first broke? He gave all his artists that he had cheated and scammed out of their publishing rights. He gave them all the rights to their music back, even though it's worth pennies on a dollar now. He gave them that to try to get that off his back. Then you look up, he started selling off his interest in the Revolt TV, the TV channel he owned, and all the other business ventures that he owned. He was just selling stuff off like a fire sale. He kept doing that, kept doing it. And then what did he do? Then after the raid, he put the LA house up for sale.
So it's kind of like when a preacher
and a jet, by the way, he sold a jet. He got a jet for sale in the LA property.
So it's kind of like a preacher who is selling the parsonage in Houston, Texas, where because his wife done moved to Florida, and so now they're selling off everything, helicopters and all this other stuff. Okay,
there you go.
I'm just keeping track.
There you go. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
Mm-hmm. These people
as
are
a
horrible.
result of committing the offense alleged in count 3 of the indictment, Sean Combs shall forfeit to the United States, pursuant to Title 18, Any and all property, real and personal, constituting or derived from the proceeds obtained directly or indirectly, blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's the same thing as count one and count two. Because he broke these, they want all his shit. But this is the main thing that's going to kick you right here. This is substitute assets provision. This is in case he tried to get slick. If any of the above described forfeitable property as a result of any act or commission of the defendant cannot be located upon exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third party like his mama or his kids or a friend that he trusts, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished in value. Oh, that house is not worth 15 million no more. It's only worth 5. Yeah. Has been commingled with other property which cannot be subdivided without difficulty. It is the intent of the United States from sea to shining sea, Lynn, to seek forfeiture of any other property of the defendant up to the value of the above forfeitable property. So if he still got something in a bank somewhere stashed away, or he got a property over in Europe, or he got a property in Mexico, or wherever he got property, or whatever he owned, even if he's a minority owner, they can take him like Dame Dash had to sell off his shares of Rockefeller because he was broke and he owed. And that is what they gonna do. And it was signed Damian Williams, United States Attorney. That's who's prosecuting him, a black man.
Dude, would you like for me to stop sharing this now? I can stop sharing it. All right. This is when you go, Father, I stretch.
We didn't even read the other document, which was kind of like, we can do that in the part 2 though.
Oh my God!
It's got photos on it of the gun with the serial numbers traced off.
You want me to pull it up so they can see it? Let me see if I can pull it up.
I can do it. I can do it.
Oh, you got it?
Well, you can do it. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay, hold on, because I have the. Hold on, because I got my I got my Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, y'all. This doesn't. I am gonna need some wine from Spain from this one. This is a mess. Hold on, I'm just saying. Let me share my screen.
Every day when I was in Atlanta, it wasn't no phase to me.
Detention. Which one? This is the detention memo.
The one that's the one. Detention memo.
All right, here we go. I got it.
They put up. Let them look at it real quick. But we're gonna have to because that one got pictures that go along with it. This was a letter that they sent to the judge.
Well, I got it up, so you just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You got to pull it up on the screen. It's on you, not me. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Daryl, I know you just want to look at the pictures. You don't want to read all of this because this is
because it's the same thing in the court. That is reiterated. But I want you to scroll down. There you go. See, that's one of the unmarked serial numbers. They scratch the serial numbers off.
Wow.
On an AR-15 rifle, and I have one of those, and that's the actually that's the trigger part right there, and that's where you load the ammunition and all that. That's what they call a lower.
Oh my God! So let me ask y'all a question. Now this is how my mind works. Y'all got to pray for me because my mind works this way. I'm gonna stop sharing now, Daryl. We good?
Okay.
You want to leave it up?
You can leave it up, or you can take it down, whatever. And then they have the drum, and I'm just because I got it on my end.
Yeah, here's the drum, just so y'all can see this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, could any of these weapons with these sawed-off serial numbers been used to kill any other rappers or been used in the commission of a crime? I wonder.
Very well could be.
I wonder if they can link any of these weapons to some other crime.
Ballistics report.
Because this is interesting.
That's a high-capacity magnet drum right there. That thing holds about, I want to say 100 rounds in that one.
Why are you pretending, Sean P. Diddy Combs, that you some sort of gangster? You ain't no gangster.
He's the son of a gangster.
Well, he could be the son of a gangster, but that nigga ain't no gangster. He just scare people and intimidate people. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't gonna go out there and commit no damn crimes. He just holding all this stuff in his house when you hired security. What you need all of this for? And you got people that's all up in your man. Get on out of here with this. No, I know. now. No damn criminal out on red carpets and stuff. You just like to intimidate people, and you use your money and your influence to intimidate people. Son of a gun, kiss my butt on that one. I'm sick of these people. Everybody always selling all these damn wolf tickets. You'll know when you meet a gangster, and you better hope and pray you survive. That's what I know. Talking about you a gangster. Well, here goes the reading.
That was it. That's it. Tanika, I'm gonna put her up there. This was the guy's name. I couldn't remember that guy's name. Puffy. They blew that guy's car up for dating Cassie. Blew his shit up. Blew it up. He was sitting in it and he got out of it in a nick of time. Blew that shit up.
Well, all I'm gonna say is, may the Lord add a blessing to the reading of this indictment. And at this point, all rise, because we're gonna need to pray and have communion up after this, because this is something else. Huh? Jesus, Daryl. I'm gonna just tell you like this. Please, y'all, whatever y'all do, televise this case for me, please. I need this to be on TV. Law and Crime, please submit the paperwork so that the government has to allow us to see this. Please submit the paperwork under the rule 22, I think that is, or something. I'd like to see this I want to see this case, and I would love to see this case tried. I really would, but I know because of the naked videos, they'll probably never let us see that stuff, because they're not gonna let us see that stuff, because that will be airing out over television and all this kind of stuff. Daryl, they didn't charge his sons.
Nope. Or his daughter.
St. James says it's federal. Absolutely no cameras in the court. Ain't that a trip? Damn.
That's why they had the artist drawing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh man, my head is swimming. I'm so sorry, y'all. Lord have mercy. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So, Daryl, what's your perspective?
We just read that one document. I mean, we didn't get the totality. This was just what got him arrested the other day. Cassie's document is this thick.
Wow, we might have to read that too. We'll read that at another day.
That'll give you the backstory to how we got here. Cassie's case broke this all wide open. Had that video not surfaced, like him beating her up,
I'm so churchy. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm so churchy. I can't. I'm sitting over here. The debauchery of it all.
Debauchery. You use a big old fancy word.
Oh, my God from Zion. Lord Jesus. Must Jesus bear the cross alone? And all the world go free. Oh Lord, no, there's a cross for everyone.
You like it's so shocked and traumatized. It's just hilarious to me.
Oh Lord have mercy. I'm just in shock. Because you would not think that this, I knew the man was nasty and stuff, but to read this on this paper, no wonder everybody is just like in awe. Jesus Christ, Lord help us all. He hired male sex workers to come and have sex. Daryl.
Yes.
And my thing is,
you didn't see the video. You didn't see the video. I sent you the link a long time ago. It was a white boy. He was talking about him and his brother. Diddy would fly them in, give them drugs, give them cash.
Wow, Jesus. Wow.
Not no little $100, $200. They were getting thousands of dollars at a time.
Yeah, I could believe that because he could afford it. Lord Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just in shock. There's nothing more I can say except for the fact that I hope his sons don't end up going to jail.
Oh, they say that little curly hair one, they say he might get jammed up. Now, the light skin one, but see, Diddy been a pervert for a long time. Remember when Biggie had the video, I love it when you call Big Papa, and that little light, that girl with that blonde hair was sitting, that girl was 15 sitting in that truck, and Diddy, that's that curly hair light skinned boy's mama. So she had a baby by him.
Well, but see, that also lends to me as a juror. If I'm a juror, I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people get mad when I talk and I say these types of things. At some point, there has to become a personal responsibility. If your mama bringing you to the freak offs and bringing you to the party, your mama need to go to jail too.
No, her sons are grown now.
No, no, I'm just saying if somebody is bringing a child to a party or to a bar or to something, whatever, just like we're holding these parents accountable when their sons get weapons and go shoot up the school, we need to start holding these parents accountable when your son and your daughter is sneaking all out in the middle of the night and you don't know where your child is and they at some freak off party and something ends up happening to them. I'm sorry, you are the parent. And just like that girl who brought her niece to R. Kelly and these people, at what point do you hold the other people, the adults, accountable? Those people are all free. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I reiterate my point. If you put your morals on the ground, don't be surprised if they get stumped on. And in the case of P. Diddy, don't be surprised if it gets sucked or fucked. I'm just saying. If you put your morals on the ground,
The
it's
quote,
gonna get
the
fucked
quote,
or
the
hooked.
late deceased Ryan Chandler. We was fucking.
Right. I mean, you just hey, it is what it is. So predictions, Daryl. What's this date? 9/18. I
Mhm.
think I think by the first of next month, maybe by the first of next month, there will be additional cases filed. Because in order to get people on a RICO charge, they need other people to flip on the main character. They
Yeah, they
gotta have.
already flipped. Marcel, they've already flipped. I've been telling you this.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I know in the YSL case, when they flip on you, normally there is a hearing that they go to where they give you papers that you have to sign and you have to initial to say yes, this is what happened to, and this is how I participated in the ongoing criminal enterprise, etc.
Mhm.
That's why I said I wish I had somebody legal in here, and I might have to go to some other channels to find out how this is going to happen. But I would love to know who those, if those things have been done
I've
already, and
been
if
already told you, Marcel, when that white boy got popped with those drugs in his possession in that house,
mm,
the next day he had a lawyer, and within a week he agreed to a plea deal. They said they gave him a get out of jail free card. Said all we want you to do is tell what your role is and what you did for him and who you had the drugs for because we know you were in there using all them drugs. And he flipped. That's number one. The white kid, that white boy lives like where he grew up is like it's not even 15-minute drive from me where I am right now. He lived in one of the richest neighborhoods in the state of Ohio. It's called Beechwood. I talked about it yesterday.
whew,
Beechwood is Solon.
mm,
It's on the southeast side of Cleveland. It's a southeast
mm.
Cleveland suburb. The houses out there start at 800,000 and go up.
I cannot believe that a man that built this whole enterprise is a meth head. He's a meth
Man,
head, drug head, and
bro,
well, I'm just gonna tell you like this, Daryl. I don't feel any remorse or sympathy.
higher ups have done worse and fallen farther down.
Yeah, I believe you.
There's
I believe
nothing
you.
new under the sun.
I believe you.
Power. Oh, I wish I could quote that. Make that quote. Was power corrupts and corrupt something? I can't even think of that statement.
Mm,
But he got drunk with power.
mm,
He
mm,
felt
mm,
entitled. When you got that kind of money, you feel that you can just stand on the rooftop if you want to and just pee or throw poop off the roof if you want, and nobody's gonna do anything to you. The more money you have, you heard Trump say, I can walk down in Manhattan and shoot somebody in broad daylight and they wouldn't even do anything. That's the way of thinking when you're rich like that.
yeah, I know, and
And
it's
you
so
grabbing them by the coochie, as Trump said.
yeah. Well, it's disturbing to read it and to really hear how they when they've written this down.
That's
It's
it.
yeah, absolute power corrupts. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Well, I'm just gonna tell you, his sons and did the right thing today when they walked out of court or yesterday. Just be silent. If I give you any advice, Pretend like it's Christmas all the time now where you at. And this song need to be in your head. Silent night.
Merry Christmas from the Temptation.
Holy night.
From
All needs to be
Malachi Record.
calm. I'm just saying, if you got these kind of charges and you doing this kind of stuff, it needs to be a silent night and a holy night wherever you are. That's all I'm saying. You need to stop. You don't need to do nothing for Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Y'all just need to go somewhere and be still.
When they Kevin Lyles resigned the other day, when this indictment came, this arrest came down, he resigned. You looking, you haven't heard a peep out of Jay-Z. A lot of big names gonna come down the pipe.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Let's talk about this. TD Jakes, before we on this subject.
Oh yeah, there we go. Get him.
So what do you think, Daryl? Do you think TD Jakes is on one of these videos? Do you think he's stupid enough to do that?
In my heart of hearts, no, but I don't put nothing past anybody. But I'm almost 80 to 90% certain that he's not involved.
Okay. Because other vloggers are already using this because they have a ulterior motive of going after the man. Because he is quite successful. He's like America's preacher, and folks is upset that they didn't have no ministry, and their ministry was relegated to the Golden Corral and the back of any Denny's or IHOP restaurant, because they couldn't even fill up the a hall. And they just want to talk so much smack about TD Jakes. Now, listen, I'm not a TD Jakes fan, but I would just simply tell you, if you're going to come forward with some information, come forward with the information and let it be. But I will say this. If I was a preacher down in Texas, I would be on my knee, and I'd done some horrible stuff. I would be on my knees praying before God and asking for all out forgiveness, because 10 preachers, 10 pastors in the last several months, 10, and count on both your hands, 10 have gone down in the state of Texas. I'm just saying, something's going on over there with the state of Texas.
Now, why stay out of it?
Yeah, something's going on with the state of Texas.
Stars at night, a big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Listen here, sir. That would explain why some people is cracking up over there in Houston, Texas, and acting a nut. Because see, I'm telling you, something's going on. They got something hovering over the state of Texas. Hebosa. Something's over there with the state of Texas. I'm just saying. Hey, glory. Something's going on.
I don't
with
know
the
who
state of
Brandon
Texas.
Paul is. Is that a churchy person?
I'm not familiar with Brandon Paul. They would have to clear that up for me. I don't know that.
Now I got the Google. Okay, Google.
So listen what Lola Grace put up, Daryl. I get Justin Combs released a song the day after the raid saying they missed the house next door. Many are saying that contributed heavily to it. So these people are dumb. Just like some of you people going on the internet, showing people all your stuff and doing all of this corrupt stuff and showing it on the internet. You on Instagram trying to stun for the gram, and you're doing illegal stuff.
Oh, yes, I take that back. Ebony Woods, Brandon Paul is the white kid that they caught in Diddy's house with the drugs.
Oh.
This is him. This is him right here. If I can get it to show.
No. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay.
That's him.
Oh, wow.
That was his high school basketball picture. He played at Orange High School. He went to Syracuse. He graduated from Hawkins. That's a private boarding school. This is a boarding school kid. Hawkins, they have 4 locations. They have the upper Hawkins upper school. That's where you stay on campus like it's a dorm, and you pay exorbitant tuition to go to school out there.
But isn't it always the rich white kids that end up getting you thrown into jail, and they don't even go to jail 9 times out of 10?
Because he's always took a deal. He's already took a deal.
Yeah, it's always the rich white kids. I'm just saying.
Oh, He grew up in Chagrin Falls. The houses are even more expensive out there. Next time I go riding, y'all, I'm gonna have my camera in my window, and I'm gonna let you see what Chagrin Falls look like. Just the downtown area. It's a little village, like off of Norman Rockwell painting, and all the surrounding houses are mansions and mini mansions. It's incredible.
Daryl, I don't even know what to say to this. I am.
Oh no, why? Oh no, why?
I guess because I read it. I knew he was doing some debauchery, but I didn't know it was this bad. Did y'all think in the chat? Did y'all think it was this bad? I am in shock.
Oh, I'm not in shock. Nothing. I can't say because I have to name names and then I can get in a lot of trouble. But being in the film industry, and I'm gonna tread very lightly, there are certain people, like Cat Williams said, you just had to tell Diddy no. There are certain people in the film industry that are even worse than him. And I'm gonna give you one name. And they did a 4 or 5 part documentary series about him. Kevin Spacey.
But he was innocent.
Shit. He got found innocent. All his victims came forward, and he would use his power influence in Hollywood to tell them, say, if you want this acting role, you better do what I want. And he was blowing bats out left and right for many, many years.
I saw an interview that he did with Piers Morgan, which was quite a sad interview, but I did see that. Now, Harvey Weinstein and that other fella, so no, that is his name, Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein and his brother.
And then what's the name of the other dude that unalived himself?
Epstein.
Yeah, he those guys was all in cahoots. And this is why it's very strange. And I'm not saying this person did anything, but Oprah Winfrey was very close with that Harvey Weinstein fella. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and she was close with Trump too for a minute.
Yeah, this is some crazy stuff.
I mean, she was very close to Epstein and Weinstein. Very, very. People don't realize Harvey Weinstein, the sway he had in Hollywood. But you know who's one of the top 5 most influential people in Hollywood?
Who?
You'd be surprised. And he's black. And he's a preacher.
Oh, that boy, Kevin, whatever his name is.
Devin Franklin.
Yeah.
Nothing from the pictures got made unless he gave the green light.
Yeah, he's a very big player. Yes, he is. Now that is correct.
Very big player. That's why Megan Good married him and tried to become a church girl and couldn't cut it.
Well, I think with her moves are strategic, and we could talk about this all night because I really don't believe. Well, let me hush because people are gonna be mad if I say that, but it's just the truth. I don't think she ever had any intention of staying married to that man, Daryl. Every move she makes is because she loves that Hollywood life. She likes the red carpet. She likes to wear her skimpy outfits. She don't like dressing like no nun. That was probably killing her every day. You know, having to button up her shirts and all that kind of stuff. She was miserable every day. But see, that's if you're gonna marry a woman like that, you just need to let her be herself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to cover up the titties. Leave them out. Let them roam free. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just.
What's that song you used to sing from the '70s show? Soft kitty,
warm kitty, little ball of fur. Soft kitty, warm kitty, purr, purr, purr. I'm just saying. But Diddy and them, honestly, you know, part of me is this is
just a door opening, Marcellus. Wait until they investigate the Tupac murder and the Biggie murder.
Well, here's the thing, Daryl. A part of me is like, okay, it's debaucherous. Was also a part of my sin nature is like, damn, like them parties must have been off the chain. And here's another thing. All right,
these parties ain't nothing compared to you Hefner's.
But Daryl, what's his name? What's the little comedian boy's name with that's been over there? Keenan and the Wayans brothers and all of them. All them people been at them parties. And when you ask them about those parties, the first thing they say is, oh, I left before anything got started. Well, the chances are that might not be the case because you might have been videotaped. And can you imagine if some of them people on that darn videotape, that information gets out?
Yeah, in the courts.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mm. Oh my God, the amount of functified mess that was up in them rooms. Oh my God.
Oh, that's right. It was the Big Bang Theory. I stand corrected.
Yeah, that's
Thank,
the Big Bang Theory, Nurse
thank you,
D.
D.
It's my favorite, one of my favorite shows. So yes, yes,
I
yes.
guess I might have to get the words to that song and learn to sing it.
Hmm.
Purr, purr, purr. What you talking about? Bet you a bunch of funky chick. That's why they had the scented candles and all the supplies for the freak off. The cases of baby oil, and I know it was slippery in there. All that
They,
baby oil.
right, they setting it up like it's a picnic.
No, yeah. Everybody gets a care package or a grab bag.
Oh my God, they are P Diddy. Okay, all right. Let me say this.
There is a picture from inside his house, Marcella, before we go any further, where all the baby oil and stuff was stacked up on a shelf, on shelves, like 4 or 5 shelves high. And they stand there with their guns going around the corner when they raided the house. It was sitting on the shelf. So that's very true.
Wow,
And they
wow.
found 1,000 bottles of that. And I didn't even read the other document that we didn't read it. 500 sex toys. We'll see.
Well, yeah, because if you got that many people coming to participate in all of this foolishness, of course you're gonna have 5,000 sex toys. Of course you will.
500.
Well, 500. Well, shit, what difference does it make? You got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. If I say 5,000 sex toys, that's just the ones that they found. I don't trust none of these people. This is something
That's
else.
kind of like when these people go off into Dubai and the Dominican Republic, or they go
Uh-huh.
to Mexican resorts, and the family don't see them for nothing but dinner and breakfast.
Yeah, but see, here's the
Those
thing.
are
Like,
freak off, church freak off.
uh-huh, they are. They really are. And there's a lot of church freak offs that be going on. And we all know it. We've been saying it for years. And since we've been saying this for years, let me go ahead and throw this out because I know some of you were mad for me saying that we broke the Ivy Hiller and Kamisha Evans story years ago when we
Tell it,
did it
get it
first.
straight, get it straight.
Let me set y'all straight. I had to look it up. Some people sent me the interview that we did with her 9 years ago. We told this stuff 9 years ago. Did I ever send you the link for that, Daryl? Let me put it in the
Yes,
private
you did.
text.
But put it in the chat so they can have.
Yeah, yeah. Let me show y'all because we did this 9 years ago, y'all. I'm just saying. So all of you running around here talking about certain people did this interview, they lying through their teeth. They did not do this interview. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up there. Or why is this not working? Hold on. Oh, is it gonna open up or did I mess up? Hold on, Daryl. I had it pulled up earlier. Oh Lord.
Because yeah, that blog talk
Oh
radio link.
yeah, yeah. Let me see because it's not in there. It's in my Facebook account. That's where it's at.
Put it in.
We interviewed her, you guys, 3 times, and I couldn't remember. And some people sent me the link. So all of you who keep coming to my chat talking about we didn't break the story. No, the Church Folk Revolution broke this story
9 years
nine
ago.
years ago.
Nine.
We did it 9 years ago. And
2015, for those of you that can't count too fast.
and folks sent me the link to the interview. We've done 3 of them. We had done 3 of them, but I had forgot. And don't accuse me of telling an old story because I have forgotten most of what y'all are gonna remember when it comes to these church people,
In fact,
especially when.
Marcellus, you 10 years ago, because this is Halloween 2014 on here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm serious. That was like
10 years ago, not even 9, 10 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It's been a long time. And I just try to tell people the Church Folk Revolution has done that stuff a long time ago. So when you're just now finding out about a lot of these stories, we've covered this story. So I just wanted to tell y'all, don't question me when I tell you stuff because I don't need to make up stuff.
You should
So
actually do a show and play those old shows.
I do. You remember I used to bring them every Sunday morning. I used to do the replays of some of the old shows. And I
This
one of
one
the
is right on time though because it's resurfaced.
I know, and I asked my friend. He told me he thinks he has the copy of this, so he's supposed to be reaching out to me with the copy of these interviews with her because I don't even have these on my hard drive. I don't even have them. So yeah, but yeah, we did that.
10 years ago.
Sorry. All right. But that's it, Daryl. That's all I got to say. I done made it through this debaucherous situation. I think I need to go take a bath and a shower.
Why? You ain't did nothing.
Oh, my God, bro. This man had
Well,
more lube.
Marcellus, you mean to tell me if me and you meet up and we have a meet and greet in Vegas, that I got to leave you up in the hotel to have Bible study?
Oh, it won't be no Bible study going on. Oh, no, I ain't crazy now. Don't. Now, don't be crazy.
We can't catch a live Vegas show.
Oh, no, we'll definitely do that, bro. But I'm going to tell you like this. Ain't nobody coming up into the room. Whatever I'm doing in my room, I'm doing in my room, and I'm the star of the show. It ain't gonna be no 15 tallywhackers in the room. That is some craziness stuff. And shame on him. Shame on him. What? And I think he needs mental help. I think you got something wrong with you if you need that many people in the room with you while you doing what you doing. You're just crazy.
Some people like it. The more the merrier. That's what they like.
But now you got to go to jail for it.
No, he going to jail not for the sex. He going to jail for the
They said coercion
and the coercion, the physical assault. Mm-hmm. But if it just been all consenting adults, yeah, we getting together to have an orgy. That's just That's just a swingers party.
Mm. Well, yeah, I think Biggie and Tupac's death, April, I think that's going to come back in this court case. I think it could possibly, especially with them guns that are unmarked.
Yeah, and Ebony, I think that because the family of Kim Porter is requesting that it be looked at again because they don't think she died the way they say. They think because she had all those bruises on her body that somebody killed her.
Mm.
But
with him being so violent, Daryl, he was probably whooping her tail.
Yeah, he was beating her up because she left him at one point. Then he got her back, and then. She had 3 or 4 kids by him, didn't she?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Y'all need listen, everybody.
I didn't know that.
Word to the warning. Don't put your morals on the ground. If you're gonna have sex, you can have sex. You can be a freak a leak until you can't freak a leak no more. But be a freak because you want to be a freak. Don't be a freak because somebody's forcing you to be a freak or somebody's drugging you to be a freak. Because then, right, you took it right out of my mouth because I was about to go there. Then they'll be on the internet talking about I said drugged and raped. She didn't say drugged and raped.
I said drugged and raped.
Just give me a break. Look, Nurse D216 says everybody that has been told on or tried to tell has been unalive or very sick. My God, from Zion.
L.B. Sure was about to write a book. Kim Porter had wrote the book and had the transcript, and Cassie read it, and then she turned up there.
Somebody said Keefe D probably told on him too. He probably did.
Who?
Keefe D, the one that they're saying that shot Tupac, like killed Tupac.
There's a rumor out there if Keefe D can somehow prove that $1 million payment actually happened, Diddy going down for that murder. Tupac. And Biggie Mama need to request that they look into to Puffy too, because she always felt that Puffy had something to do with her son's death.
Did he give Biggie's mama the rights to all Biggie's music?
She finally got it, but by this time, his catalog is worth more than them other bad boy artists.
Right. Yours truly said Biggie Mama died. I thought it could be possible whoever she willed it to, his family.
No, Biggie Mama still breathing. Tupac's mama died.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow.
Well, I know somewhere right now, Shine is sitting there. That rapper that went to prison that night they had that shooting. I know he's sitting there like, "Yep, karma is a mother."
Oh yeah, I'm with him because you reap what you sow.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I'm with these people. You reap what you sow.
He did 10 years and got deported. And then he went back to his home country and became a politician.
Damn.
A prominent politician.
Well, that's what crooks do. One crook deserves another crook.
But he turned his life over and he became a practicing Jew.
Oh, okay. So he's a Jewish crook. What does that mean, Daryl? He's still a crook? All in darn.
I'm done with you.
He's just a Jewish crook.
I'm done with you, brother.
Oh
You
my
ain't,
lord.
you ain't
Well,
right, Martin. I swear to God, you ain't.
I don't have nothing else to say. All I can say for you guys, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Can you guys please support the channels by Cash App? Daryl has a $50 bill he has to pay every month to keep these shows coming.
I
So if you,
sure do.
yeah, if you
Y'all
got,
bless the cash app.
if y'all could be good, that would be kind. The rest of the week before the week is out, I'm gonna tell all you guys on my channel what I'm trying to raise so I can be free to make more videos. I got a specific number I'm trying to hit. Once I hit that, I can be free and not have to work so much. And I'm gonna give y'all the number so we can work on it and get it done so I can make more content. I appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Uh Daryl, I ain't got nothing else to say. I need to go recuperate.
We done went almost 2 hours and 40 minutes of you being flabbergasted. That's what's so funny.
Well, Daryl, I mean, I knew they do this stuff.
So if I ever call some of my friends over that are into the alternative lifestyles that you've never ventured into, it'll probably have your jaw drop. In fact, I'm gonna call Lady V and her husband, see if they'll let me interview them.
Let me tell you something, Daryl. You'll find me first you'll find me in the corner staring, because what I'm gonna be doing. Y'all gonna think something's wrong and you need to get me some help, because I'm gonna be in the back of the room looking, because I'm very observant first. First, I observe everything and everybody. And then I'll be like, it's like, what do you call double dutch? You know what I'm saying? Before you get in, you got to find the rhythm and where you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to find the rhythm, but I'll leave it there. Well,
I don't
no,
know.
go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing at you.
I'm reading these comments. I need to stay out of them. Well, yeah, those IV fluids. I mean, if you having sex for 3 days, oh,
In a drug-induced state, you don't even realize that because they could have actually, if they didn't get the IVs, they could have actually had a heart attack and died because
I
all the amount of drugs in their system plus dehydration cause heart attack, cardiac arrest.
I saw a video one time where Puffy was sweating like a greased pig.
That's the
And,
meth and all the other drugs he's taking.
yeah, because I saw a video one time and I was like, damn, he's sweating like he was profusely sweating, and I was like, something ain't right. So I should go find that video. Somebody on the
Elevated
internet will
blood
find
pressure,
it.
elevated blood pressure,
Yeah,
and
somebody gonna
dehydration.
find it. Lord, my God, from Zion, y'all just forgive me because I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna lie. This is just a surprise. Uh, just I'm sorry. Yeah, you doing right, April. Drained and super sore. I don't care what nobody say. You super sore.
Ain't nothing wrong with being super sore. Praise our God.
Yeah, you need some time to recover.
They cuddle and hold each other's hand and look into each other's eyes and then drink you some Powerade and jump back in there. Double dutch.
Yeah, you gonna need the Lord to step in and talk about who will be a witness. I'll be a witness. My
Witness.
God, from
God.
Zion. Daryl.
My soul says yes.
Lord have mercy. But I that's all I have for y'all tonight. Y'all, I'm
we already had one. But I'm gonna pull down the Cassie document. Now we need to put that up for people to read beforehand because she went into detail. Not just, oh, well, this one time he did this to me. No, every time that they had a freak off, she details what happened at the freak off and who was there.
she named names.
Yeah, because Tasha K interviewed one of the white guys that was in this freak off.
You need to send me a link because now I'm
The
intrigued.
male sex worker. It's on Tasha K.
Yeah, I'll look
YouTube
into.
channel.
Oh my God. Okay, well, that's all I have to say. I'm at this point, P. Diddy. I wish you well, but somebody send one of Angie, the Ray sisters over there to that jail in New York. He needs a deliverance. He needs a deliverance because if you that deviant now, just imagine how deviant he's gonna be in prison.
Oh man, they let him loose in the candy store. Like, oh, look at all these men's.
I just
Yeah. Yeah. And he got money in prison, so he gonna still be able to have sex with women because the guards are gonna give him some. He gonna have everybody.
Oh yeah, well, that's if he has any money left. He ain't gonna have no money left
Well,
because they're trying to bankrupt him, Daryl.
Oh yeah. See, you don't. When he got up and sued that liquor company, he got uppity, as the old racist white folks say. He got uppity. So
Mm.
they had to like, oh, stay in your place, boy. And then that girl mysteriously that video that thing had happened 8 years ago, 2016, with that hotel. Now mysteriously, after the lawsuit with the liquor company, that video made aired on CNN. And then after it aired on CNN, Cassie came out and told her story. And then 24 hours later, he settled with her for $40 million. What does that tell you?
I hope
The
she
power,
got her money.
oh, she got it. The
Oh, she
powers
got
that
it.
be. He not appealing it. It's finalized.
No.
He settled within 24 hours. That was the quickest settlement. That was quicker than a
But
6 hour
that's what
drive.
they said caused this federal investigation, though. When I was watching another video, a news report, they said the Cassie settling, and because he settled so fast, was the catalyst that brought the rest of
Yes,
this indictment. Yeah,
yes,
because they
you
started
know,
investigating for sure then.
yes, sir.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
said the prison is in downtown Brooklyn. It's nasty and it's ugly.
yes, it
I,
is.
I bet you it
I
is.
shot a movie. I shot a movie in the old part of it.
Lord have mercy. Wow. Baby oil and lube.
Baby oil and lube
1,000 bottles
bottles.
of baby oil. That's something else right there.
Yes, he did. He said that today. He sure did. He sure did. And Gene Deal is my fraternity brother, and he worked as Diddy's bodyguard for many years.
Mm, 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 mm. Well, I'm sure Love and Happiness was playing while they was doing some of their debauchery.
Love and happiness,
Bang, 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 bang.
something that'll make you do right, make you do
Right.
right. Oh, I
I
got
bet you
carried.
that was being played. Lord, poor Kim Porter. I
She
know,
gonna,
man.
she gonna get her justice. You mark what I tell you now. They're gonna open that case. Now that this whole thing is blown out the water, now is the time for the family to really put pressure on. Hey, we need to exhume her body and do another autopsy, because the original autopsy was paid for by Diddy.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
Tanika says, and Puffy don't cross Gene Deal either. He respects that man for some reason.
Because my frat brother will snap his neck like a toothpick. That's why. And he's a real gangster. And
Oh,
he knows
Lord.
where the bodies are buried because he worked for Diddy for many years. But Kim Porter is from Columbus, Georgia, less than an hour away from where I grew up.
Mm.
And I grew up in Alabama. My parents, as a matter of fact, my parents are buried in the National Cemetery in Fort Sill, which is next to Phoenix City. And the Chattahoochee River, there's the military cemetery on this side and the civilian cemetery on the other side. That's where Kim Porter's buried. Only thing separated is the river.
Yeah, well, y'all can say, here's a funny thing. I did my dirt. I've done my dirt. I'm not an innocent person. But to hear stuff like this on this kind of a level, you just be
bro,
like,
this is the tip of the iceberg. Puffy, in our eyes, he's big. In the grand scheme of things, he's down here. He's just like, this is us and this is him because he got money. Them billionaires and those oil. Think about what those people in Dubai do. If you thinking Puffy doing freaky stuff, imagine what those oil people in
oh, I
Saudi
believe
Arabia
it. But
and those
Daryl,
Japanese businessmen, those Chinese businessmen.
Lord, you got a business to run. You got a whole family and children and kids. Like, when you got time to do all of this stuff? I'll be busy working.
They got the time because they got a staff setting up their arrangement.
Oh, well, that is true. Because when you got a whole staff,
you handle all your own affairs.
right?
They got people sitting. Get this for me. Get this for me. They got one to handle their clothes. They got one to handle their food. One to handle their travel.
I wonder who the baby oil restocker was.
They was paid well.
I know. I would, Lord, y'all know I'm silly. I would love to see who the lube person was.
I told you about my boy who had a foot fetish website, and he was making money hand over fist. A lot of his clientele was doctors, lawyers, some preachers.
Could you imagine if your job was to restock all of the places with the lube and the baby oil and the sheets and the candles and the condoms, and the Percocets and all the stuff. Daryl, that job, I know that job. And then you know how Puffy was. He was mean as the devil. So I just know
Because
how that had
remember
to
when
be.
that reality show where people were trying to get the job to be his personal assistant, he had people going across the Brooklyn Bridge to get him a slice of cheesecake and come back, and giving him a time spot to get back.
Yeah, that's
So if he
ridiculous.
do that about some cheesecake, imagine what he'd do about a freak off.
Yeah, and see, they just do that to embarrass people and to treat them poorly. Going across the cheesecake, it'll my cheesecake would have been like to help eat my shit.
A chocolate cheesecake.
It'd have been a chocolate cheesecake. Eat my shit. That's what you'd have been doing. You're gonna make me go across a bridge to get a slice of cheesecake. Okay, buddy. All right. How's that tasting over there? You like that? And then
Leave it
I would have
alone.
been just like him. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Dun 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 dun. Bad boys for life, right? Dun 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 dun. Y'all, I'm too through. I'm too through with this whole case.
Y'all, please click like if you haven't done so already for the 200 of you that are here tonight with us.
Please make sure you click the like button. Listen here, Daryl. I don't want to hear nothing else about this case until they go to court.
Oh man, I don't even think this gonna go. But see, here's the thing: the prosecution holds all the cards. He gonna want a plea deal to try to plea it down. They've already their stance is they got him lock, stock, and barrel. They're not gonna accept no plea deal because when he offered to get out of jail, he said, I will put up a $50 million bond on my Miami property and wear an ankle monitor, and he still would. They still said no. What court have you ever heard of not taking a $50 million bond?
Yeah, that's because they think that they think he's a threat to society, and based on what I just read, he most certainly is.
He's violent. He's a violent little man with the means, and the main thing, he's a flight risk. Even though he's selling one of his jets in that mansion in LA, he can hop on a plane in the middle of the night, go to some country with no extradition, like Venezuela, and they will never bring him back. Just like Russell Simmons is in Bali, and he will never come back here. Because Oprah did that documentary on all the women he raped all the way back to the 80s. He's never coming back here. Plus, Tamara Simmons took his money.
Oh. Yeah, well, I think Oprah. Well, we're not even going to go down that. That's another reason why I can't stand Oprah. I don't like Oprah or Gail. If I'm gonna tell y'all the truth,
Gail funny looking, but from the neck down, Gail got a young girl body.
No, Gail got ass. Yeah, you better believe.
Got a bass drum.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm partial to them bass drums.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't walk too fast by her because them wigs be so dry she'll go up in flames. I ain't lying. Oh my God, them wigs be some hell of a CVS wig she be wearing.
CVS.
They in the back of CVS. I ain't lying. Them wigs be so dry.
About being gay. And the ice is hiding the tussie.
That's why everybody over there are taking Ozempic. Oh, it's magic. You know. That's why.
Well, people right here claiming they're taking Ozempic. They ain't taking Ozempic.
Please. I know what.
Taking their last breath.
But here's the funny thing. I think people are going too fast with this weight loss medicine because everybody done seen a little medical advancement. Now everybody just hopping on with this darn Ozempic. You better slow down because all of this stuff gonna have after effects, and you may not know what it's gonna be until later. You sticking yourself now and you losing weight now, you're gonna have health complications later. That's all I'm saying. You'll be somewhere like Bridget Hilliard being rolled out of the airport talking about, I have no anxiety. She looked like, I have no anxiety. I'm not going to take any medications. I'm going to live my life pain-free. And I want to thank the apostle and my daughters for praying for me. Wait a minute, Daryl. She did a whole video. I'm at the pizza shop. I stopped to get me some pizza.
Well, you got to think about it. In her lifestyle, that's regular people stuff. She wasn't doing that before.
I'm sure she was getting pizza and stuff. They was probably
somebody was going to get it for her.
Might be going to
get
it. Yeah,
delivering them to her gate because they lived on a compound. Wasn't nobody driving through them gates to deliver no pizza.
That was
sending people out to get it.
I saw that video. I watched it again this morning because, in all honesty, I just my heart went out to her a little bit, and then she was like, "I want to thank Rich Talbert for his song 'I'm Alive, I'm Alive.'" Because honestly, you guys, when I watched the other video, just what she actually did, she OD'd, Daryl.
Yeah.
She OD'd.
And then and in my opinion, this is my opinion. I'm not stating this fact. She was beating somebody's fist up with her face.
Yeah, well, she definitely OD'd. Now, she definitely, because she said in that video, "I died." That's what she said. She said it in the video. She said, "I died, and they was able to bring me back." That's what she said. I saw the video. That's what she said. Now, I hope she ain't gonna be coming out with a new book talking about "I've been to heaven." And if she come out with a video talking about she been to heaven, y'all, immediately let somebody get her some help. And that's all I'm gonna say on that note.
We've been here. We had a good time. We got to do
Yes,
this
we did.
more. We got to do this more.
Yes,
I
and
really want. I'm praying that you can get in contact with Carmisha Evans. I don't know, for some reason I just believe everything that young lady said.
Oh yeah, it's true, because she's not a liar, and she's a sweet person. I done told everybody she's very lovely. That little 17-minute video I showed y'all, that video, she got straight to the point. And see, let me explain something else to y'all while I'm on here. Church people talk differently than people in the world. And y'all need to understand that we have our own language, and you have to know how to read between the language of what a church person is telling you. And some of you don't speak church, so you don't understand what's being told to you, because you heard that whole 17-minute video and people was like, "Well, she ain't said nothing." I'm like, "No, she told you a lot in that video if you knew how to decipher the code of what she was telling you, because it was in code." I'm just saying.
Like Marcellus deciphers church code, I decipher heathen code.
Yeah, because I'd be confused sometimes with the heathen code. I'd be like, "What does that mean? What are you saying?"
See, that's why we help each other.
I don't understand.
You keep me abreast of certain things about gospel artists and preachers,
Right.
and you be naming these people like, "You don't know him?" No, I have not. Hold on, let me Google. I get right back. Y'all keep talking. Let me Google who y'all talking about.
Listen, if you guys met, if y'all was in a room with me and my sister and I are like night and day. We're totally two different people. We were raised in the same house. Now, my sister knows how to maneuver through a lot of stuff. Me, I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, "Huh?" I'd be like, what just happened? I don't know what just happened. But that's just me. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's get out of here, Dale. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for supporting us. Please make sure that you look at the ticker tape or the descriptions of these videos to support the Mad Church Disease channel, as well as the Cigar Vlogger. Make sure that you guys do that. We really do. Right now is a crucial time for both of us, so we really do need your support. I'm not going to be coming on here begging, but I do need y'all support. So please do so.
Yes, agape love, the heathen code. I decipher heathen code. So when he don't understand stuff like this stuff tonight, when we start reading these documents, that's I at one time I was working as a doorman at a strip club when I lived in Atlanta, and I seen and heard everything. This stuff don't faze me, don't surprise me.
The first time I went to a strip club, I was 26. I think I was 26 years old. You all need to understand something. I took my first drink when I was 25 years old. Okay. I'm giving you the time frame. I saw my first complete movie that I could remember when I was 18 years old.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
You ain't never watched no movies before the age of 18?
Not that I remember, Daryl. I'll be honest. If I did, I don't remember them. I remember my auntie taking me to a movie theater once, but going to a movie theater and sitting in a movie theater, I don't recall ever doing that. And unless my sister or my cousins and them can, remind me. No, I don't remember that.
Oh Lord, yours truly. We're gonna bring you up one night. We're gonna have to talk to you.
Yeah, she said at 21, but here's the funny thing, yours truly. I got my first piece though when I was much, much younger. That's the funny thing, because we did used to play hide and go get it. I'm just saying, we played that a lot. Hallelujah, bless God. I remember the yes, I remember. Let's move on. I don't want to start talking about that and go down that road. That's for a whole nother show. Uh I'm just saying. Okay, all right, all right. As for Natalie, is that from Reddit? Because I'm already on the Reddit feed, Nurse D. Wait a minute, I got my baddies on Reddit. You have to tell me because I don't be doing that on Instagram. I go to another deal for my other stuff. By the way, you guys need to go subscribe to my to my TikTok channel because I talk to y'all a lot. I put little videos up on TikTok. Yeah, okay, Daryl. Well, Daryl is the one. Yeah, I don't say I'm a closet. Well, I admit it that I am. Yeah, I admit it, but I'm not in the closet because I admit it. I ain't in the closet. I really am.
Admit
Uh,
what?
that I'm a freak. I'm not in the closet. Amen. Bless God. But I do my stuff in secret. I'm not one of those people. That's why I don't like people who kiss and tell. If y'all know me, I cannot stand people who kiss and tell. Y'all make me sick with that. And this new generation, you can't, if you're gonna do something with somebody and you're trying to keep things private. Y'all want to put all y'all business out on the street. I cannot stand people who kiss and tell. That's all I'm gonna say.
What do you mean? Define kiss and tell before we get out of here.
Okay, well, Daryl, if you and I if you got a girl, right, and you with that girl,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all doing whatever you're doing, you don't need her to go out and tell everybody what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? Keep it
Mm-hmm.
on, keep it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it. You don't have to go tell your whole family and tell everybody what you're doing. Slow your roll. Like these new generation, you laying next to her, she Instagramming your backside and trying to show her friends that you laying in the bed with her. What kind of shit is that? That's kissing and telling. What are you doing? I don't want my stuff on the internet. You feel what I'm saying? Keep your private life private.
So you ain't gonna be out here doing a Shannon Sharp.
Hell no. Hell no. And Shannon, whatever. I think to be honest with you, I think Shannon, he don't want people to think he's gay. And so I
And
think
then
some
the
of that,
next day after that, he doing advertising for male enhancement.
dude, he got a whole
Male,
bunch of stuff he's selling, bro. He
no,
got
no, he was
he
doing
got
that. For,
pills he's selling. The
yeah,
next day,
the next day it's called Row.
dude, this
R-O.
mm,
Yeah, Row Male Enhancement. You see the advertisement on Facebook.
he just
Row
don't want.
Sparks. It's called
But
Row Sparks.
listen here, if you're a red-blooded male, and see, this is just me. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You can talk about me until you blue in the face. I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't have. That's high school shit. You understand? And as a man, of course, I know no man wants their sexuality to be questioned like that, and I get it. But it's just like I'm grown. I'm fully grown, so I don't have anything to prove to no niggas. Excuse my French. I'm not gonna be out here like showing my red, white, and blue underwear because somebody said I had 5 inches and I only last 3 minutes. You standing in the window with your red, white, and blue underwear on. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff. I'm just built different. I'm built for tough. People need to understand I'm built for tough. There's no way in the world I would be out here on the internet. Ladies, well, I think older women don't have this issue. This is the new generation. These new generation of women. That's why you got to understand, fellas. If you're gonna fool with a younger woman, just understand your ass gonna be on Instagram. You're gonna be on TikTok. You're gonna be on Snapchat. They're gonna put your ass everywhere. You're gonna be seen everywhere, and you better recognize and you need to know that. And you need to have an agreement with a woman when you first get with her. First of all, I don't even want your social media. Ain't gonna be no snapping of pictures and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm not gonna be posting you on my Facebook page. I got some friends on my Facebook page right now. You wouldn't know what kind of friends they are, because you don't put stuff out there like that. Don't do that. Don't be posting diploma. This is my new boo. No, keep your private life private. That's all I'm saying. And keep your hoes happy. There was another vlogger that used to say that, right? He didn't keep his. He
He
didn't.
failed that
Yeah,
miserably.
he failed miserably. Here's the thing:
Saw the bank deposit failed miserably.
P Diddy did this the wrong way, in my opinion. Do you think if he would have had these people to sign NDAs and that they were freely, willingly doing the stuff that they were doing, it would have been a different situation, or no?
If he'd have had NDAs and he paid them,
Because you mean to tell me in all of this that nobody snapped a picture or had a video? The way people and these young people like social media today, don't nobody have no video? This is odd. So maybe he collected all the cell phones as they came into the room and locked them
that's
up.
what they do, because that's what T.I. and his wife did. You had to turn them cell phones in when you hit the door.
Yeah. Well, she looked like a Muppet without her makeup.
Oh, hell, I knew we were going to.
She do. She belong on Fraggle Rock. Have you seen?
I haven't heard that name in 20 years. Damn it.
Tiny deserved to be on Fraggle Rock. I'm just saying, Daryl, get us out of here. I know you're ready to go. I'm done. Fraggle Rock.
Y'all pray for him. He's been traumatized. Now he want to come back and sit there do old TV shows.
Just saying.
Brother, God be with you. We'll talk in a minute. All right, y'all. It's been real. And our outro, you know how we do it. Here we go. And we love you.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. On the internet, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the A-Team.